Yes, let's
But-
go, let's go, let's go.
But
Arsenal top of the league, ladies and gentlemen. Yet again, London is what? Is red. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
yeah, it's not a good week for me, man. It's not a good weekend. Yesterday was depressing. It was raining. Why does it always rain on me? As they once said. I'm not happy, man. I'm not happy, and I'm gonna air out my grievances.
I'm joined by Ernie Mack, a Manchester United fan.
Guys, I genuinely watched like almost no football this weekend. Like it's been a long weekend. But yeah, I don't know what happened to the man them, but from the start 11 and from the highlights I've seen, I can see why. But we shall talk later.
We shall talk later, indeed. I'm joined by AD, a Liverpool fan.
Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah. Listen, I'm not going to sing the rest. How do people keep talking on his name? How dare you? 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years. He's still doing what he has to do, man. I've had enough. It makes me sick. Mo Salah.
Mo Salah, the Dan Gargan. And I'm joined by generous Dave, an Arsenal fan.
Oscar Assad. It's nothing personal, yeah. Nothing personal. Ernest, good evening. Good evening.
Yes.
No,
We are living life indeed. I'll tell you what, David, let's start things off at Stamford Bridge, shall we? Where the Arsenal FC won another game at Stamford Bridge, the third game in a row, the third time in a row they've won at the Bridge. Wow, that is a very, very impressive performance result.
Let me just say, yeah, I'm happy we won. I need my strikers to up their Viva still. I need my number 9 to up his Viva. I'm happy, no criticism. We dominated the game, no problemo. I need my number 9. Peter, you know me, bro.
You know in Game of Thrones, yeah, there's always a character that you see in like season 1 who's gonna have a 6-story arc by season 5. We're gonna hear this rant from David at some point, and I cannot wait.
I need my number 9 to up his Viva, bro. I'm sorry.
David, I don't understand how you can start on a negative.
Bro,
how?
You heard me say we dominate.
How?
I'm happy. All I ask, my number 9, please. Come on. That's all I'm saying. Everything else is
I think that's a legitimate request.
That is all I'm asking for. We dominated the game, bro. My number 9 needs to finish. Just one. Come on, bro.
Let me shout out some comments. Big up SW6. He says big up top 4. Big up Assad. He says I can't be asked anymore. Lola saying hi. What's going on, Lola? What are you saying? Yeah, man. Pete.
Yeah. So, I think it's one of those ones where, I don't think Arsenal even came out second, third gear, really and truly. I think it was one of them ones where Arsenal were brilliant on the day. I think we managed the situation well. When you consider you go to Stamford Bridge, nobody gets 3 points out there. You should never get 3 points at Stamford Bridge. And yet, we went in there with a solid performance. We had a clean sheet. Okay, our goal was somewhat fortunate. It looked like a 0-0 staring throughout the entire rest of the game. But I did think Arsenal still had a little bit more. Chelsea offered absolutely nothing. And you're the better side when the home team are racking up these yellow cards just for the sake, because it was outrageous. I think there was about 4 or 5 Chelsea yellow cards there, and it was just, it's when I realized, okay, do you know what, Arsenal are clearly the better side in terms of even just rocking up to the venue. It was one of those where we were clearly the favourites to win this game. And I'm so delighted and impressed with the fact that we got a clean sheet. We dug it out. Chelsea didn't really offer much in front of goal. Let's be clear. I don't know what shirt Aaron Ramsdale wore, but nonetheless, I think to go to Stamford Bridge under any circumstances, no matter how bad Chelsea look, because at the end of the day, they had their squad had how many millions of pounds on the pitch? Do you know what I'm saying, compared to our squad? So, yeah, this Arsenal side, it has to be said, so far this season looked like a different side to previous years, just mentally. Not even necessarily technical ability, because they've always had the technical ability. Each player to a man, you could look at and say this guy is top quality. But the fact that we saw it out, even in moments where Chelsea were looking at an equaliser, trying to press and trying to get a goal in, and to sort of, kind of silence Stamford Bridge a little bit. It felt good. I could only hear Arsenal fans throughout the game. I could only, sort of, I'm running out of superlatives for Arsenal because they were brilliant and yet they weren't even at their best. Oscar, your thoughts?
I wonder, there's so much stuff you said, and I just want to bite, yeah, because the natural reaction is just like, nah, you can't say that. But yeah, you weren't wrong in a lot of what you said, man. Arsenal were by far and away the better team. I didn't agree about the yellow cards thing because I think the referee was moving a bit booky, man. He was letting things.
You lot were rough, man. You lot were rough on us,
mate. I don't think we were. I think it was a tough London derby, and I think the referee was a bit harsh. He gave us a few yellows, and he didn't give you any yellows for the same type of offences, which I thought was a bit, But I don't want to talk about the referee. It's not the referee's fault. When you look at a performance like this, we must remember that it's been raining. It was wet. it was wet. The guys, they couldn't play their football. Now, let me get to serious stuff. Yeah, C1 says, Oscar, we were disgraceful, and that is 100% true. We were an absolute abomination. Yeah, when it comes to the midfield, Partey and Xhaka completely dominated us, and then you even had Zinchenko coming into the middle to help soothe that message up. I think, Peter, we were talking before the game, and you said Ruben lost his cheek in a big game. Like, how many times do Chelsea win when you play Ruben in those games? And I was like, yeah, we've won a few. But I think yesterday, him, oh my gosh, Lola's going on it. I'll come back to that comment later. Ruben, Jorginho, and then Mount when he tried to fill in, it was just so bad. When they had the ball, they didn't know what to do with it. They're rushing every pass and not getting it forward. And then when they didn't have the ball, you lot were just playing through us with ease. You kept outnumbering us by putting your fullbacks into the middle and doing like all of that stuff. And then you've got good players who are technical on the ball. So whenever Odegaard gets it, you feel like he can thread a pass through. In terms of the forward line, I thought Kai Havertz was absolutely disgraceful.
Stinker.
I thought he was absolutely shocking, and I've never been more frustrated with him than I was in this game. And like it, I can be like, there's two players that I want to single out today for Chelsea that was so poor that really annoyed me. But really, I could say 12 players. I could say the players that started and the subs. I could talk about all of them, but Kai Havertz in particular, there was 2 occasions in the first half. This guy gets into the final third. All he has to do is square the ball to Aubameyang. And both times he fumbled. There was another time he tried to run up against Saliba and he tripped over the ball. I saw a tweet after the game. Someone said Kai Havertz takes 4 business days to complete a step over. I said, it's true. It's true. Like he walks around like Bambi on ice. Like his legs are too big for his body. Like this is a £70 million signing. Like it's extremely frustrating because he's been so poor this season. So poor. And then he'll have a moment of brilliance. Like we had a game in the Champions League where he scored a worldie. We had a game where England versus Germany where he scored a worldie in that game. And everyone's like, oh, this is Kai. Like this is what he can do. And it's like, okay, but in the actual game, what are you bringing to the team? Because right now he brings absolutely nothing. I could say the same for Mason Mount, and I could say the same for Raheem Sterling. Aubameyang, you get what you pay for, innit? Outside of the box, the guy's not offering you much. He's not going to win a header. Saliba bullied him in the air every single time. I don't know why he thought it was a good idea to play on Saliba. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So he was just trying to size up Saliba. The ball comes up every time Saliba heads it. It mugged me off. But the other player I wanted to talk about in connection to Kai, and the reason I want to talk about this is because I can forgive you if you're not good enough. If you don't have the attributes to do a certain thing, I can forgive you. If I've got Aspie on the wing and Martinelli burns him for pace, I can't be too mad at Aspie for getting beat on pace because you're not as fast as him.
I know where you're going.
When you're brain dead, you make dumb decisions like Kai Havertz did, yeah? I'm sorry, the one person that pissed me off most, Edward Mendy. Oh my gosh. Oh,
hey,
I love.
No. We can't start. African goalkeeper. Is that where we're going?
Is yours.
No. You know what it is? Enough has been said. Oscar's going to continue, and that will be my verdict. But it had to happen against the Arsenal. It just had to happen. Where I see him get his shirt back in the side. What's the situation with Capra? Just injured or?
He's
suspended
injured.
Look, so
nothing
to see that,
nothing happened. Like Mendy didn't lead to a goal. It wasn't a Mendy mistake, a goal or nothing like that. Nothing actually happened. It's just shout out to Assad. He said, I hate Mendy. I actually hate him. He gives me unnecessary anxiety. This is the thing that annoys me so much. You know you're not comfortable on the ball. Why do you insist on trying to keep the ball? Now, the other time when we had this conversation, I was arguing and saying that Mendy and Kepa, their distribution is not that different. And it's 100% true. When Mendy kicks the ball, 70% of the time, it goes to a Chelsea player. That the distribution is not an issue. It's when you pass the ball to him and he thinks, there was one moment he tried to dribble past Gabriel Jesus. I said, since when have you had silky feet? Since when have you ever been that guy?
So why did you go with that verse?
You tried to go toe-to-toe with a Brazilian. Outrageous.
There's been so many times. We had. I'm sorry. I'm watching the game back on TV, and I've just seen that Havertz miss. I'm mad. I'm so heated.
Watching the game again. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, when Chelsea lose, I can't. Like my mind, I have to watch it. I have to know why we lost. And to be honest, that's the most damning thing about this game. I can't tell you why Chelsea lost. I don't know what Graham Potter was trying to do in this game. I don't know why he thought this selection of players was good to go against Arsenal. There was no way on God's green earth that I would have started Havertz. I would have definitely gone with Conor Gallagher.
On that point, Oscar, because when the team sheet came out, you said advantage Arsenal before the ball was kicked. Sorry. So what gave you that reasoning? Why were you advantage Arsenal from there?
Because I looked at the pivot. It was Ruben and Jorginho. Yeah, Mount never comes like in the middle. He never supports the midfield. He never does that, and I don't know why. His best position is the 8. So when he was playing in the attack, I always gave Mount leeway because I said they're trying to make him an attacker. He's not an attacker. Play him as a midfielder. He was absent yesterday. Where was Mount? Like, where was Mount yesterday? And it's so often, it's so freaking. And Mount is not the reason, because I would have definitely played Mount in this game, but I would have definitely gone with Conor Gallagher instead of Kai Havertz, because when Zinchenko or Xhaka has the ball, Conor Gallagher is going to press those guys down and run them down. Kai Havertz ain't pressing no one. Ain't pressing no one. What kind of press is that? And even if we did press properly, Arsenal would have played through our press, because we're just not serious.
It's one of those. I sort of look at Chelsea. Potter feels like he's just joined the club more than what he did when he first started at Chelsea. Because when he first started at Chelsea, he seemed to just get his feet under the table quickly and got results for Chelsea. But now, these last couple of games, I feel like he's just entered the building, and so he's trying to work it out and feel it out. What seems to have gone on with Potter and the players? Are they not acting? Are they not listening to him? Are they not playing what he's asking them to do? Do you think this is who's doing is this?
Pete, I really, really wish I had serious answers for you. But I think Potter doesn't understand these players. I don't think he knows who they are yet. I think he's been rotating, and everyone's been like, why do you keep rotating? I'm like, bro, some of these players he's not even seen play 45 minutes for Chelsea. He doesn't know what they can do. So he's experimenting, and we look like a Tuchel team. I'll be real. We look like we're just playing the same thing that Tuchel did. Now we play back four a little bit more than we do. But, Potter, I can't blame him. The guy has been shackled with injuries. Like, so many first-team players are not available for him. He's not got Kante. He's not got Reece. He's not got Chilwell. He's not got Fofana. Like, him trying to... the team, full-strength team is already bad. This full-strength team, we went to Leeds and lost. We went to Zagreb and lost. Like, with a full-strength team. So to take away some of the key players from that team, I'm really reserving my judgment on Potter. But yesterday was not good enough. That must be the most on so many levels.
That must be the most frustrating thing for a Chelsea fan, because you look at the amount of money they've spent on that squad, and you look at I looked at Arsenal's bench and I thought, oh, we're weak here. Chelsea have got more to bring off the bench. Should the game go the wrong way for Chelsea, and I look at the bench, how much money's on the bench. Look at how much money was on the pitch, and as a Chelsea fan, really and truly, you look at the wealth, and Man United fans could probably say the same thing for their club, but the wealth and money and everything that they have, they should be going toe to toe with Manchester City every year. Yeah, Chelsea go toe to toe with City once every 5 years, and it's just, at what point do you just turn around and say, no, I've had enough of this? We need to be absolutely protesting against these players, because the players always seem, because no matter who the manager is, Chelsea never look like a title challenging side. Even though they should be.
You could argue Chelsea have not had a good transfer window since 14-15. The players that we consistently bring in are on average duds. And any player we bought over 50 million has not been a success for Chelsea. Not a single one. So I think we've got...
Oscar, can I ask you a question? This is not to Chelsea. This is just like teams in the Premier League, I think I'm starting to realize there's a problem with the way we recruit as a league, in which there's loads of like signings we make where based on the perceived skill set, not that we know the skill set. For example, Kai Havertz came with a lot of hype. Mason Mount has had a lot of hype. Reece James, I remember, was captain at Wigan. I'm just picking the Chelsea players for the sake of the point. But is it me, or do we sign talent that we don't know how to use, but we sign them on some, but like super, like I feel like the potential doesn't, for the majority of players in the league, doesn't match price tag, hype, expectation. Because if you're saying since 2014, that's a mighty long time. Because we had an argument at the shop the other day, and I said Chelsea signed way better than United. If you look at the signings that you've made in the last 7 years, they've achieved more. They've had better talent in terms of quality available to them. You signed duds, absolutely, but we signed way more. And Peter's right. Like we spend hella money, but I feel like there's a certain group of teams in the league where, like, look at Almiron. Almiron had a lot of hype before he came, and he's only now realizing it. So it seems like there's a lot. We push out a lot of like experiments in the Premier League on Cobham and Bundesliga tax. But I feel like we push out a lot of talent in the Premier League. The cycle is always being churned. It will not shock me in the slightest, as much as I love him, if Rafael Leao comes to Chelsea or United or whoever and becomes a flop as well.
Yeah.
It's like there's sorry, Peter, before you start, there's too much talent that we have for the output we get. That's what I think. That's the point I'm making.
1,000%. I think you're spot on, but I think you have to look at the fact that football clubs such as Chelsea, Manchester United, Arsenal to a degree, the thing in common is that they keep changing managers. I look at Chelsea's squad and I look at 4 or 5 different managers who signed that squad. I look at Manchester United's squad, again, 3, 4, 5 managers that's probably signed those players.
We still have Alex Ferguson playing.
And you still got Sir Alex, which is madness, right? So when you look at these clubs who sign, I think they sign good talent. I think they do sign good quality players. They turn out to be duds purely on the basis of the coach is either changed or the coach isn't good enough for those type of players. There's a certain system that teams want to play. I mean, Potter must be thinking, you know what, it was a no-brainer to join Chelsea, but my God, the work is hard because he has to have a Potter system in that Chelsea side, and what kind of players is he recruiting there? What kind of, it'll be interesting to see the kind of caliber of player Potter goes for in the next 2-3 windows if he gets the chance. Because the truth of the matter is, if Chelsea do not produce results, we will see a sacking of some kind come next season, if not the end of the season. So I think the primary thing is when somebody signed Havertz, I don't even know who the manager was. When somebody signed Havertz, what was their plan for him? What was the vision that they had for this player? Does that work? Does that work with Pulisic? Does it work with Ziyech? Does that work with Mount? Does that work with, And so when you look at even Chelsea's window just gone, to sign Cucurella, to sign Aubameyang, to sign whoever else it was, Koulibaly, players of this ilk. Again, nobody can even say, "Oh yeah, this kind of makes sense." This is either a Chelsea player or a Potter type of player, or even a Tuchel kind of player, whatever the case may be. But you look at Liverpool. Liverpool buy players specific for what their situation is. Arsenal have been doing that lately. We never always did, but we're doing that currently at the moment. It's trying to fit the puzzle. Whereas football clubs are very scattergun. It's very football manager, and the managers keep changing.
Yeah, I would agree. Just to your point on Kai Havertz, I think sometimes you see teams go for opportunities, like they see a player's available and they think we must act now, and sometimes it works. Because I think it might be the case for Manchester United with Casemiro. There's an opportunity there. They said let's go grab him without like, beginning of the window. This is our target. This is our plan. This is who we want. It just grab the opportunity. If you remember, Lampard bought Kai Havertz, and in the first couple of games he was playing him as a number 8 in midfield. There was no plan. There was no plan in place. Kai Havertz has not played number 8 for Chelsea since.
I think that's probably my biggest pet peeve with English clubs. That might be the thing that pisses me off the most. It's like you're looking at a player playing a position and moving him because you don't have a plan. That pisses me off. So
yeah, there's nothing worse. And the thing is now there's too many cooks that get involved in transfers, and that, you know, the fact that there is such term as a director of football is weird to me, because the manager is the one that's going to play the player. So why isn't the manager selecting these players wholeheartedly, going out there buying these players?
Obviously, the team that's top of the league, that's playing the best football, is Arsenal at the moment. And you remember, like, when he started at Arsenal, it was not going well. It was not going well for a long period of time. And then remember, there was that switch when he went from head coach to manager, and it was like a change at the top. Like, okay, Arteta's going to be calling shots now, and we've seen so far, it seems like it's worked, it's progressed, and it seems like, based on the All or Nothing documentary I saw, it seems like they have an aligned vision. Graham Potter has walked in, and there's new backroom stuff. We just hired a head of recruitment recently. You know, when TUchel was there, it was a different setup. It's a new setup with new owners. It's everything's new. So I think it's going to be a long time before we see anything serious from Potter and Chelsea, because he has to work with a squad that's, let's be real, it's not good enough to challenge for the league. Like, no matter who the manager is, it's not good enough. And then he's got to pick up the pieces and assess, who do I want to keep, who do I want to get rid of, and who do I want to buy. And I posted a video on my Twitter the other day, and he got asked a question in a press conference before the game. How did Chelsea close the gap on Manchester City? And he said some things that I kind of respect. He said Chelsea needs to align the resources. They need to get better at recruitment and develop the footballing idea, how we play, what do we do? And I said, yeah, if that's the plan, I'm on board with that plan. But I don't think my club has the patience. We're conditioned to success instantly. So,
and in fairness to them, it's because they pump so much money into it. You know what I'm saying? They if you put money in, you expect something out of it. They don't have patience for a 5-year project. They've not got an Arteta project.
I'm not talking about the owners, because these are new owners, isn't it? I don't know what this Bowley guy's on. I don't know whether he really fell out of Tuchel or he's really going to be, you know what I mean? I don't know how long we're going to see this, but I just mean the club, the fans. Like, I heard Chelsea fans yesterday saying, let's get Potter out. Yesterday. He's been here 8 weeks.
Oscar, at what point do you say at the end of the season, how bad does it have to be for you to say, do you know what, maybe Potter isn't the guy? You're not angry with him, but you're just like, you know what, he's out of his depth. What position in the league for you?
For me, like, I'm very, guys, you don't know me. I've never been sacked the manager. I'm never that guy. Yeah. I get frustrated with managers. I got very frustrated with Conte, but I didn't want Sarri gone. I got very frustrated with Lampard, and by the end, I had to just accept the writing was on the wall. And I didn't even want Tuchel gone. As frustrated as I was, I felt like Tuchel sacking was mad. Like, it was mad abrupt. So I'm not the kind of guy that goes, yeah, let's get rid of the manager. I will always give time, because I just want to see the vision. I just want to see the vision. So by the end of the season, I want to see, like, the thing that shocks me, what did we know Brighton for as a team under Graham Potter? They were ex-GFC, yeah? They just created hella chances. Nobody could score. Tell me, what were Chelsea good at yesterday? Because we looked like conceding at every chance, and we never looked like scoring at any chance. So
one shot on target at home. One shot on target at home is an outrage. That is absolutely ridiculous to have one shot.
It's damning. It's damning.
Don't get me wrong. We only had 2 shots on target, I think. But, we're the away team.
Like, I think we were so bad, rather than Arsenal being so amazing. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you should have punished us more.
I think so. I think we should have.
This Chelsea team, yeah, bruv, I don't even understand. From what I watched, bruv, I don't know. I don't recognize this Chelsea, bro. It's mad.
Well,
the midfield is a joke. Honestly,
no, it's a wet paper towel. It's a wet paper towel in midfield. It's a wet paper towel. SW6 says Arsenal Chelsea is always my favorite fixture, regardless of season and time. My biggest issue before anything was that it wasn't a competitive effort, the bare minimum in a derby. What annoyed me is that Chelsea's first half performance was actually better than our second half. When Arsenal took the lead, we got worse. We didn't try to attack. You had us pinned back in our own half. You were more likely to score a second than we were to equalize. I think we had one chance after you guys scored. And you didn't score late. Like, you scored like 10 minutes into the second half. Joke.
Yeah, I mean, look, it puts Arsenal back on top of the league, and heading in, one more fixture before we head into the World Cup. I'm praying to God we get this Wolves fixture done and dusted away from home, and then we end the first half of the season at the top of the league. And I have to say it, Arsenal are in this title race. I can't even ignore it. I can't dodge it anymore.
Stop it, bruv.
I can't dodge it, because if you go to Stamford Bridge and win, if you beat Spurs, if you beat Liverpool, okay, you lost to Manchester United, but you're swinging at the top of the league. You've won, 13 and 14 or 13 and whatever. I don't know. I think it's like out of 14 we've won 12 or something like that. You can't. But by the way we're going, we will end up with over 100 points. Of course, this is not sustainable, but the ratio numbers are outrageous for us to sit back and be like, we're not in the title race. Listen, whether we like it or not, we're in one.
Peter, I'm waiting till January. Let me see what Arsenal do in January, and I'll see how serious this football club is.
They have to back him. They have to back him in January.
Bro, we've only, at the end of this year, it's 14 games done. Do you know how many games we have to fit in, bruv? If these men don't strengthen, then I know what these clubs are all about, bro. I'm serious. We saw what happened last season. We were clear in the top 4 race. Look what happened. If man don't strengthen this season, I've had enough, bro.
Well, the thing is, if it means that we still make the top 4, then fair enough. But if it's a case of we lose the top 4 because of January, for example, then my God, heads will have to turn. But we'll have to wait and see when we get there. I genuinely think that now, whether we like it or not, the race is on. City haven't been, City are, we know City's a frigging dark grey cloud that's hovering above us. But at the end of the day, until we face them head to head, until we, there's something, and not just City, by the way, Newcastle are looking amazing at the minute. So there are teams out there that are looking really good. We're top of the league and have been all season. Do you know what I'm saying?
And the issue I have here, this World Cup is gonna mess them up, bro.
Yeah, we just had Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus are both going with Brazil to the World Cup.
Congratulations to them. I do think it's a farce, however, that Gabriel Magalhaes and Roberto Firmino didn't make the squad. When you look at what they're taking with them, it's a bit of a weird one. Brazil don't want Brazil
for that team.
Brazil doesn't want to win the World Cup this year. That's what that squad told me.
Do you really think Gabriel warranted to go?
That's not a serious question. Gabriel's been one of the best defenders in the league this season. When you said he's had an awful season. You said he's been.
Wait, Pete. Oscar, you really believe that?
I didn't say awful. I said he's not been that good.
No, that's not what you said.
What did I say? Let me find my exact word.
I'll go on his Twitter. Not Twitter. I'll go on
the. He's been poor this season. I said he's been poor. I didn't say awful.
How has he been poor?
Yeah, poor is so strong.
Okay.
It's strong and wrong as well.
No, they're two different things.
Both are wrong.
Like abomination.
Awful.
Okay. Ask yourself, how did Tottenham score against Arsenal this season?
I don't even remember.
It was a Gabriel mistake.
Okay.
Yeah? And it's happened. It's like, bro, there's been like 3 goals you've conceded this season that have been from Gabriel's mistakes.
He's part of the reason why we're top of the league, though.
Yeah.
Look at his performance at Ellen Road. Look at his performance at Ellen Road. Look at his performance at Stamford Bridge. Look at his performance against Liverpool. Look at his performance against.
Look at the performance. The performance at Stamford Bridge. Come on, Saliba was playing like a Rolls Royce defender.
Listen, Saliba won every header. Yeah, I get that. But
also, the question is this: is that how many have been better than him in the Premier League?
What, centre backs?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a few.
How many?
Lissandro.
I wouldn't say Lissandro's been better than him.
Lissandro's been better than
cool.
Gabriel.
Okay, let's take it. Lissandro.
The Fulham game. Do you remember the mistake he made against Fulham?
No. Let's stick with the question.
What about Saliba's mistakes? Let's stick with
the question.
I like how you're conveniently leaving them.
Let's stick with the question. How many centre backs are better than Gabriel this season?
Okay, so I've said Saliba, I've said Lissandro, I'll say Gabriel. I mean, not Gabriel. Thiago Silva, who made the squad.
Thiago Silva?
See, we're done.
Come on.
Wait, what?
Been better than Gabriel.
One of our best defenders this season. He's one of the best players in the league this season.
Adrian, Pete, we have to
Thiago Silva's been better than Gabriel.
Adrian, we have to humor him. Okay, Saliba, Lisandro, Thiago Silva, and who?
No, there's others, but you know
who?
Saliba's probably made more mistakes this season than Gabriel. Obviously, Gabriel's one, most of them have led to goals. But I'm not being funny. Gabriel has been phenomenal this season. And for him, look at Brazil. Go look at Brazil's centre halves. Look at what they're taking. Go look at their.
Well, they've got some good ones, to be fair.
They've got Marquinhos. They've got
Marquinhos.
Like he's not going to
had a good year last year.
Regardless.
You see, for me, if Thiago Silva's going, Gabriel has to go.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Gabriel has, for me, been equally as important to where Arsenal are as their attack. Exactly.
By the way, both of our centre backs, both of our centre halves have made mistakes. Both of our centre halves have made mistakes. Saliba's made some horrible mistakes. However, we've covered him. Both centre halves have made mistakes, and both centre halves have been superb this season.
I think I've seen Arsenal concede like 3 goals off the back of Gabriel.
I think the problem we're having here, Pete, is that it's a classic case of Premier League analysis, and the mistakes that are easier to analyze are the ones that are highlighted the most. It's like for years, people didn't know about Maguire's mistakes until he got exposed. His positioning, the fact that he doesn't scan. But because other people were covering him, it doesn't look as highlighted. Do you see what I'm saying? So my thing is like, I think
the thing is he's been brilliant for us, Ernest.
He's been good.
He's been brilliant for Arsenal this season.
By the way, I think a point that's gone under the radar. Arsenal from front to back defend phenomenally well, and Gabriel's a part of that.
Right.
Like to get through that Arsenal defense and then beat Ramsdale, it's tough, bro. Like, he's a big part of the unit. He is.
He was already fighting an uphill battle because from the beginning of the season, Gabriel was not getting in that team, so he had to be.
Is he in your top 5 so far
in the league?
Yeah.
No, I never like what you guys are saying about him. I never saw him as a standout performer this season.
Is he in your top 5 in the Premier League this season?
I don't rank the 5. I don't have the top 5 centre backs in my head. Like
off the top of your head, though, do you think he's in your top 5?
Nah. If before this conversation you said to me name the 5 best, I would have named 5 without saying him.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know, man. Admittedly, I haven't watched every Arsenal game this season, but the games I've watched, I've seen him make errors.
You talk a lot more about Saliba.
Yeah, because I think Saliba's been phenomenal.
But my thing is,
as good as
we'll go back to this at the end of the season.
Okay. All I'm saying is Brazil have declared themselves today. They don't want to win the World Cup because they're not taking Gabriel and they're not taking Firmino. Meanwhile, I'm seeing Richard.
Pause.
Bro, okay. Again, look at what they're taking. I'm with you in terms of if you're just outright talking about the quality of player. Fair enough. Look at what they're taking, and Bobby Firmino has been in the form of his life. So if you're not gonna be taking him, you're gonna be taking Richarlison. I'm looking at some of the centre halves that Brazil are taking, and I'm like, Gabriel doesn't. Martinelli makes the squad over Gabriel. It's a shock. It's a shock because Martinelli is a quality player, but I wouldn't cry over. It wouldn't be spilt milk for me because Brazil's forwards are outrageous. There's a lot of them. So that and he's 20, 21, whatever the age is. But Gabriel, I'm so sorry. You've asked for it. You've asked to get knocked out in the semi-final against Argentina or France. You've asked for that, probably.
It's not that detrimental.
Yeah, dude, like, do you think he would start?
Okay.
You've got Marquinhos.
You took it like it's Pele in 1970, mate.
Look at what they're guys. I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Look at what they're taking. For goodness' sake, go look at their squad. Look at their squad and look at what they've taken and look at what they're not taking. I'm sorry. There's more talent they're not taking than there is in the squad.
I understand about other positions. I was talking about the centre back area. But
wait, Pete, you're saying there's more talent that they're not taking than the talent in the squad?
No, sorry. What I mean is in terms of in their their replacements are less talented than what they're leaving behind. I.e., Firmino's better than Richarlison, and Gabriel is better than Emerson?
Hold on. You see the list that was at the bottom here with flipping Martinelli, Richarlison. Are they part of the squad?
Yeah. So I think
that's done.
Yeah, but this morning there was like a list that came out, but it wasn't real. And then later on, the official list came out of what the actual squad was, and then Martinelli was in that one.
Because someone told me today Martinelli was not going.
Yeah. There was a tweet that went out this morning that had a fake list, and then the real official one came out later. So, yeah, but for me, I don't know, man. I don't know. Endo says Gabriel has been good, and that's it. Let's not forget how Gabriel threw Saliba to the Lions at Old Trafford. Mirad says...
That's cap, by the way. That's cap.
I didn't watch that game. I
tell you what is hilarious, if this is true. So Brahma made it, and Dani Alves made the squad. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Dani Alves is playing ball.
Don't talk to me.
Dani Alves is like 50 years old.
Does he have a club? He left Barcelona.
Listen. Don't talk
he's
to
playing
me.
In Mexico. Apparently, he's playing in Mexico.
I said, look at what they're taking.
He's playing in Mexico.
Yeah.
You gotta get him while you can.
Has anyone watched the
player of all time? I swear.
Has anyone watched the Juventus game this season? Because Bremer's been awful.
Last season it was good though. To get the move, it was good.
That was last season. The World Cup's this season.
Verad said Oscar's trying to label Gabriel the Selican.
Gabriel was better last year.
Oscar, this cannot be. I'm sorry. I haven't seen it. Maybe I need to pay closer attention. But
let's move it along. Anyway, let's move it along. Yes.
I've got just one observation on Chelsea. Yeah. What Chelsea are missing is a bagsman, i.e. Eden Hazard. So when you're naming these men like Havertz, Werner, Pulisic, Ziyech, you're gonna get loose bits of what Eden Hazard was, and I think that's why you men are struggling.
We need solidarity in the midfield. I saw Thomas Partey put in a clinic. Yeah, he was absolutely outstanding yesterday in the middle. We've got weak wet paper towel midfielders, and then we don't have a creator. No one creates in this team. Not a single person.
They need solidarity. Like they want to get Martin Luther King, you know. Play fair. That's a Selva.
That's a match to Alabama.
Yeah, man.
Big up Pro Grey on there, man. I mean, look, Thiago Silva, I like.
He's 2 or 3 times. Yeah, that's true. But I still think he's been better than Gabriel this season.
Unreal.
I don't know about that one.
You guys watch Chelsea? No, he's phenomenal. Like,
you don't watch Arsenal. We're not arguing that. So we're not arguing that Silva.
But that goal line clearance.
We're not arguing that Silva's good. I'm saying you haven't watched the Arsenal.
These times it was his mess in the first place.
Oh, come on, man. I wax lyrical about all your players. One player I don't wax lyrical about. You tell me I don't watch your team. Come on.
Peter.
You didn't say anything about Gabriel. So what are you talking about?
I got one request.
Go on.
Before we move on, bruv. Can we remove that number 14 from the gentleman, please?
Wow.
What did he do?
Did you call him the gentleman?
Is that your observation of the game?
No, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Go back to the other number. You start scoring goals again. Leave it alone. I told you. Take that number 14 off, and the goals will come, bro.
Yeah, I mean, look. He's not having a great time at the moment, and yes, I think he's got 2 goals in the Europa League this year.
Whoever's taking that number 14 shirt, it's not gone well, bro. Just take it off. The goals will come.
He will get us about 3 or 4 goals come towards the end of the season, and they could be absolutely vital for us depending on what we're fighting for. Then, my bone isn't to pick out at him. What we should get a striker in. He's a striker. As that, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? And also, Eddie's been playing on the left when he comes on. You know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, he's a centre forward. He's not a winger. So let's have it right. And if he's gonna play 6 games in a row where you're playing centre forward, you know what I'm saying, and he's not bagging goals, you can have some questions. But the fact that he comes in and out, he's bit part, and he's not playing in his position.
I'm telling you, it's that number 14, bro. Whoever gets it, just bear wahala, bro. Take it off, bro.
Whenever Eddie's been given a run, he scored goals. So
Albert was clapping, to be fair.
He's all right. I'm happy to have him in there. It's true we need to strengthen. It's as simple as that.
I need my number 9 to score goals, bro.
What's Baraka saying?
Oh yeah, Oscar. By the way, your Rent Boy fans, what are they throwing stuff at us in the corner flag? Why? Let us take corners. Just leave us take corners, bro.
It's kind of Derby, man. This is football. Can I rant? Oh, sorry. Just before, I know we need to move on. I want to rant about 2 things very, very quickly. Yeah, like I'm all for the game globally expanding and tourists coming into the game. I'm all for it. Yeah, I'm all for it. But I saw 4 half and half scarves in the Matthew Harding lower. That is disgraceful.
Wow.
That's disgraceful. How are you going to a football game of two London rivals and buying a half and half scarf? I don't care if you're a tourist. That's unacceptable.
In the Matthew Hard.
That's
At least West.
He must be turning wherever he is. Turning, I tell you.
Unacceptable, yeah. That's number one. And number two, the referees these guys are
Oscar.
criminals.
Let's just stay. Oh my! The decisions I saw this weekend. Hey,
No, I'm not even talking about on the pitch. I'm not talking about on the pitch. Yeah, there's a woman who is fainted in the Matthew Harding. Yeah,
even that. How still?
We are screaming, like literally screaming, like stop the game.
Wait there. Okay, I got something on this.
They let you take a corner. I couldn't believe it. We were literally screaming, like send help. Like this woman's like she's done. Like,
all right, Oscar, just quickly on this, right? Why should the game stop if something's going on in the stands?
Because
so
we need
can
to
get a defibrillator.
Yeah, get the paramedic. I don't need the game to stop.
From where?
Go get the paramedic.
Peter's a move on. Peter's a
look. You know what it is. You know, in Newcastle last season, we had a whole friggin' NFL halftime break. I'm sitting there thinking, hang on a minute. The referee's got nothing to do with this.
What the heck
None
did
of the
I just
players
join
got to do
to?
this. Oscar, if your ground is well covered, you've got defibrillators everywhere, right? And you've got people like paramedics. You got St. John's ambulance. You know what I'm saying? Big up to them, man. There, you know what I'm saying? London ambulance service.
This is criminal.
You got Kent. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple of crews, right?
If somebody has fainted, yeah, and there are, let's say, around that person, 200 people have noticed that this is going on, and they're screaming, saying, "Look, we need some assistance over here." And then Chelsea go and score, and the whole crowd goes mental. That person is not getting any assistance.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. But what I'm saying is, like, even when the game stops, the player nor the referee, nobody there is going to be doing anything with that situation. The same people that need to attend will need to attend that situation. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm a bit confused.
Once the paramedics came up there, the game carried on. We just had to make sure that she was attended to.
So, like, I mean, I'm okay. I'd argue that your steward could actually report to the control room.
What made you win?
We need assistance here. We've got somebody who's fainted.
Hey, Peter, man, must saying your P45 is coming, blood.
I'm just saying, isn't it?
Like, I'm just saying.
Like, I don't know. We ain't got to stop a game. We've had people faint before. We've had people, going to cardiac arrest, and we've not stopped the game. What we've done is we've told the steward has told the main place, the control room, and guess what? St. John's on the case. You know what I'm saying? Defib everywhere.
Our whole stand was screaming. The guy didn't even look. I said, "What? Are you all right? You think we're screaming for an Arsenal corner? You think that's why we're screaming?"
Peter, you're my guy, but you have to part ways on this one.
Peter's an advocate for people dying. Baraka said Peter's out here acting like Ivan Drago. If she dies, she dies.
That's not what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying, man. I disagree.
It's not what I'm saying. It's not even about. I'm not saying if she dies, she dies. No, I'm saying the same people that were going to be there to attend will be the same people that are going to be there to attend, whether the game is playing or not. Do you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, all right, fair enough. Like, if we need to stop the game, fair enough. I just don't think I think it's overkill.
There's more to
it's overkill. Yeah, it wouldn't really be overkill.
I did not mean that.
Hashtag cancel Peter. Let's get that good, people. Hashtag
no. This one.
Peter Hopkins. What one is it this week?
I don't know.
No. You can't say all of that to try and save yourself and say it's overkill. You can't do
that.
I
did not even listen. I swear to you, I did not mean that at all. That was very cheap. I did not mean that.
Yeah, man. Well, before we move on, is anything more in that game, or can I move on?
We should move on.
I love
Peter Morgan.
I love it. You're cancelling Peter already, man. Peter Morgan. Cancel Peter. Peter Tate. Peter Barnes. Not that guy pending for Pete. Yeah, Peter, get out of him, man.
It's a disgrace.
You make me sick. I said the game should go on. He said play on. He literally said play on. You make me sick.
No, because no. My point is, Oscar had.
Stop digging the grave.
Just to wrap it up. Oscar said it was a disgrace, and I'm saying, come on. You said it was a farce that we got to take a corner. I mean,
we were screaming, Peter. We were screaming. We thought this woman was going to die. We're literally screaming.
So go get the doctor. Get the doctor. Don't get the frigging referee. The time you spent getting the ref.
it's
Go get
over.
St.
Oh
John's.
my god.
One comment from Murad that I just want to say. Robin's just entered. He said, "Good evening to the mixed crispy advocate."
Ladies and
That
gentlemen,
burger is dry.
Hey, nah, man, it's a good burger, man. I had it.
That
It's a good
burger is
burger.
ladies and gentlemen.
Good burger. Put some cheese on that. Get the mayo all around. Hey,
You know what? It's a fast that McDonald's don't do mayo as a little sachet thing. It's a frigging disgrace.
As
But
a condiment.
they can put it in our burgers, no problem. No questions asked. Man's out here with a sweet and sour. How old are we? With a sweet and sour.
Yeah, Peterson.
Hey, what if that's a Jordan Peterson reference? I'll take that, man. That guy speaks facts. Let me tell you. Okay. Let's go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where Liverpool did get the 3 points against that lot. Thank you very much, Adrian, first and foremost, for getting the 3 points. What were your thoughts on the Liverpool FC?
Oh, you finally won away.
Finally, bro. Literally, my mind is just on Southampton next game. Like, you know what? I'm never gonna lie to you. Like, Peter, please, I want to ask you one last time, please. I want in. Please. I need some Darwin stock. I'm begging you. I'm on my knees.
Man wants me to sell the stock, man. What? What's my telling me?
No, because and for me, this is why I think like Mo Salah, like the disrespects that he gets from me, I just find it bamboozling sometimes, because come off the hour, come off the man, when we need them most to deliver, bang. And those were two, fantastic finishes. In fact, even the first goal, you see the link up play, boom, passes it, he spins in behind. Yeah, man. So for me, it's good. I think, and I remember there was a time in the podcast we were bigging up Saliba, and I think it was Tenzin. He said, "Yeah, but what about Konate though?" And I remember Oscar poo-pooed it like he was talking about Pascal Segan. But sometimes out of sight, out of mind. Like Liverpool have got a monster of a defender on their books as well. Like he's physical, he reads the game well. He's good at sort of breaking lines, so similar to what like Matip does, but he'll sort of just there's just like a quick acceleration, boom, and then all of a sudden he's in midfield. Like Konate is a freak, man. And as much as I'd probably say of the two of them, Saliba is playing at a better level consistently, sure. But I don't think there's much difference in them at all. So yeah, man, I think and he's never lost in the league for Liverpool as well. He's only defeats coming in Champions League final. So yeah, man, I think for me it's all about consistency now. We just need to win our next game. It's as simple as that. We just need to win our next game.
I did say they will bounce back. Liverpool obviously going through what they've been going through. They did, seem to bounce back. And Tottenham, the nickname banded around is Tottenham Half-Spur. How long can they go doing this? Because it just seems like, they're trying to get to 70 minutes and let's see what we can do. And when you kind of give the opposition, Bournemouth, they got away with it, right? They got away with it against Bournemouth. And yet they went and faced a better team in Liverpool and they got punished. I mean, obviously it looks like Liverpool right now just need to get some wins on the trot. It seems like a very clear situation. But Spurs, it's like, where do they begin? Where is Conte going about it the right way? Should he be adapting? Should he be changing? Or is he right to say, guys, this is my first year. We're in the middle of a process and you lot have to be patient?
What's the process though?
The process.
I think Spurs have better creativity than he gives them credit for. I don't think Kulusevski is the only creativity they can have in that team. And for me, say that again?
You know what? When you think about it, I'll let you learn, but when you think about it, who else do they have? But yeah, go on.
They've got Harry Kane, they've got Bentancur, and they've got wing backs.
But Ernest, Tottenham are in the last 16 of the Champions League. They're third, or is it the top four currently?
You see how they got there?
Listen, they're there. I can talk about every Tottenham. I can talk about every Tottenham win, and it's the same as their Champions League, right? But they are in the last 16. They are in the top four. Should we expect more from Conte and Spurs?
Absolutely, they can play better football than this.
You think they've got the players to be?
Yeah, I think that if I compare Tottenham's best 11 this season to last season. No, Lola, I absolutely agree. Their wing backs are a disgrace. But what I saw in 2017 when Victor Moses played right back, I will never forget. There's things in football you don't forget, and I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
So I guess the question I'm asking is this the best they can do creatively? I don't think so. It
Look at
comes
the
a point.
midfield. The midfield is not really creative. There's nothing there.
It's not. It's Liverpool's midfield from 2019. Do you see what I'm saying? It's Liverpool's
Sure.
midfield. But my point is, are you telling me that these guys don't have? Say you want to play counter-attacking football. Are you telling me that none of these midfielders have an eye for a pass in a counter-attack? No, none of them. Like, come on. Like, my thing is, like, I am not even saying that they are perfect. I'm not saying they're even fantastic. But as a coach, you sign 6 players, and you're saying because, and he doesn't want to play Jet Spencer either. I don't know what Jet Spencer's done to him.
It wasn't his signing. He was very clear about that.
Like, it's very clear to me that they've got some level of robustness in their midfield and their attack. Like, if you look at it, they're all men. They're all like 6 foot plus. They're all big youths. So I'm not saying that I know the answers in creativity, but my point is, you can't tell me you literally decided to sign 3 quote unquote defensive style of midfielders. They must be able to create. Like, it can't just be Kane and Kulusevski in your 23-man squad. Nah, it can't be. It can't be.
I mean, they had Harry Winks, but he's in Sampdoria. So make of that what you will.
Yeah.
They definitely need to, because listen, I'll be honest with you. Benton Cole confuses me because I don't know if he's a creative player. I don't know if he's a defensive one. Or
I'm also very confused because I like Benton Cole.
Yeah. So in terms of the creativity in midfield, it does leave a lot to be desired. But I think Conte is making a point to Tottenham's board specifically. I think the fact that he's approached games the way he does is a loud signal to Levy and the guys saying, listen, I need more money. It's as simple as that. And he was disappointed in the Tottenham fans, he said in his post-match. But he's always said, whenever it comes to us playing against the high level, this was after the United defeat, where United absolutely dressed them. And he was like, when we play big teams, we get beat, blood. We get battered everywhere we go. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they are nowhere near the level. And, what he did last year, felt like, wow, Conte's working wonders again. Like, he's doing it again, no matter what the team is. But the truth of the matter is, this is where we are, in a sense. And I think you kind of got to take away the Pochettino final in the Champions League with Spurs, because if that hasn't happened, I think we still look at Spurs like we always used to. But I think people expect a lot more because it's Conte and because they got Kane. It means we should be. I don't know if it's fighting for the title. I don't know what it looks like, but he is doing, like, he's not doing the best he can. I won't agree. I won't go that far, but I'll say, by the way, look at what he's done. He's actually he's on par with the targets so far. It's just whether he can continue it is another question.
So, Peter, what I'd ask you then, if you increase the money, do Tottenham become better under Conte?
I think so. I think he knows how to recruit players. I think for him, what he's very good at looking at his squad and he's saying, look, these are my weaknesses. This man here and that man over there are going to cost me matches. And I need to rectify that problem. You need to give me 100 million so I can put 50 million pound there and I can put 50 million pound there. Especially if you want me to challenge against teams who spend 100 million in one position, against teams who spend 100 million a summer. So, Tottenham Hotspur are paying off £1 billion for a stadium. This is going to be the hardest time of their lives.
Do you know the problem? The problem is then you're stuck with a Marcus Alonso for like 6 seasons when you don't really want him. You know what I mean? Like, because Conte is very much, I agree with you. He'll grab you that 50 million pound player there, grab you that 50 million pound player here. But then when he does sort of have his annual combustion and ends up in Turin, you're like, hang on a minute, Rob, I've got a player that he's slow, he can only play in a back three. What do we do with him? Because Spurs aren't going to win the league. Because I think the prevailing wisdom of Conte, you back him because he's going to win you the league. But realistically, is he going to win the league with Spurs?
the thing is, you know, like the Alonsos of this world, Victor Moses, Ashley Youngs. I think he works well with that kind of player because at the end of the day, they live and breathe and die for what he stands for. But then if you give it to another manager, you'll be like, Alonso, excuse me, Moses, what? Ashley Young, hello. Do you know what I'm saying? You would say, look, this ain't right. But he has the players that he knows can do me a job.
You got to stop this, man. This Alonso, this Victor Moses thing, like he walked into a title-winning team and he won the league. He had Hazard, he had Kante, he had Costa, he had a great team.
Yeah, but like the player, he hasn't got the players at Tottenham to win anything. Do you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like look at his team against what he's up against. At the end of the day, and I think that's why he walks out because it will hit. By the way, he still hasn't signed a new deal. He's got 6 months left, 6 or 7 months left on his contract. He will be looking to see what Spurs will do, and I think he genuinely, because he's a bit of a psychopath, and I think genuinely he is almost going into games saying, "Look, I need help, and I'll show you that I need help, even if it means self-sabotaging in a way."
Yeah, just on Tottenham's Champions League exit. Assad says, Kolasinac, you have blood on your hands. It was like Spurs played an Arsenal rejects team.
It was Arsenal rejects, wasn't it?
Yeah, players that couldn't make it.
I was so confident in Marseille doing something here, but when Alexis started talking, I said, "Oh, for goodness sake!"
He wants the love from Arsenal, man. He wants it. He said, "Oh, I love playing against them."
This guy, blood. Hey, listen, 6 months, David. What are you saying?
You see Kolasinac
Cheddar? Say again.
You see Kolasinac Cheddar?
I can't look at it again. Let's put it that way.
Graceful.
But listen, Adrian, you know, first away win of the season, and obviously you heard about FSG. Not quite understanding what the situation is here, whether they're selling the whole club or whether they're selling shares.
It sounds like they're selling shares. When I read it, I was like,
David Ornstein is too fast, bro. He needs to relax his waste, man, bro.
What's your thoughts there, Adrian, on SFG and FSG? What am I doing? And the whole situation there. Is it something that interests you? And talk about basically.
Listen, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know whether to make head or tail of it. But what I do want to know is, if we fast forward 6 months or 2 months ago, do we get that bloody CM that we so desperately craved and so desperately wanted? So for me, it's quite worrying that this news has come out, because I'm assuming that if they're looking to sell in some sort of capacity, they're not going to back us in January, are they?
Yeah, they need the money. That's what it sounds like.
So then it's a thing where it's like, well, hang on a minute, we're kind of stuck now with this crap midfield until the end of the season, and then listen, I think all any Liverpool fan wants is an owner that's gonna, back us appropriately. Like, we not everyone can get taken over by oligarch, not everyone can get taken over by a sheik, but just smart, simple recruitment. And the thing is with FSG, like, I think a lot of what they did is good. So with regards to, they're very sort of analytical with regards to their scouting. Like, let's not forget, like, as many people have to say, where would Liverpool be without Jurgen Klopp? Jurgen Klopp is carrying Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp is working against the board. Like, they did actually put him here, and I think they are sort of good at sort of infrastructure. My thing is that they just didn't strike where the iron was hot. We won a league, and they got us, Minamino and Sepp van der Berg and silly little things like that. So we'll see. But yeah, to answer your question, I think if they're selling the club, as long as it puts us in a stronger position financially, and we can actually go in the market and sign players and sign good players at that, then yeah, man, I'm all for it. But I do wonder what. Yeah, I do wonder how good it's going to be in the longer term with regards to structure, infrastructure, contracts, those sorts of things. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, anybody else have anything on this before we move on to the next game?
It all depends if it's a majority or a minority. Like, how much of the shares are you selling? Will that person have enough to inject? And it depends on how the FSG want to go. If they're still going to go the same way, but just getting more money, I think it'll be business as usual for Liverpool, where they still have to sell to buy, because that's their model, really. So
Hey, these men are wicked. No. They bought the club for 200 million. Apparently, they're making 2 billion from it. But you can't give me 20 million for Sancho. Oh, listen, I've had enough, man. They're highwaymen. They're robbers. They've bent this club over a barrel.
I just want to say lastly that I put some pressure on Klopp last week, saying that he needs to address the situation and arrest. And since then, he's gone and beaten Napoli and beaten Spurs away. So credit to Jurgen Klopp where it's due, especially as we're going to be on him when he's not doing so well. But yes, what's Lola saying there? Trent is still a fool in defence who has a wicked switch of play on him. Tottenham did come alive in the second half. In fairness,
should he have gone?
Sessegnon was looking at Roberto Carlos.
Yeah, that's what I say. I was going to ask, should he have gone?
I think it's a pen. There's no red card, but it's a pen. No, because Session's running off the pitch.
True.
So it's a foul, but I wouldn't give him a red card.
Yeah.
So that's not a red.
No, because Session's literally running out of space.
I think if you're giving a foul, it has to be a red. He's the last man. Like it has to be a red.
No,
that's my argument. It is last man.
But it's the rule last man. It was the rule denying of a clear goal scored.
Yeah, he's in the box.
Don't know the rules.
He's in the box.
Yeah, these don't make it up as they go along, man.
They do.
We do not know the rules.
That's a fair point. That's
Honestly,
a very fair point.
If that happens against my team, I'm fuming.
That's criminal, you know.
Yeah.
Especially when you saw the Cancelo thing the day before. Because then, what's the difference? The only difference is positionally where they done it. That's the only difference.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Liverpool go marching on, and they're heading against Southampton.
Who they got in the Champions League?
We're going to get onto the Champions League draw.
Robin knows who they have in the Champions League.
I actually don't.
He's so disingenuous.
The funny thing is, I actually know everyone else, but I've actually forgotten who they have.
Huh? Forgotten? Just when a draw like that, you won't forget. You didn't see it. It's either you've been under a rock.
Wait. No, the funny thing is, I'm actually not playing. I'm going
They're facing the Ballon d'Or winner, bro.
Hey, Robin's got the headphones in his ear like he works at a telecom company. Yeah? That's how you know man's really got a keyboard in front of him, but he wants to ask.
No, I actually did it. The funny thing is, I actually did it. Do you know what? It's been a long day. You man have seen what I've been going through. It's been a
bro. It's the Donny. It's the Donny with the best videos on Twitter, bro.
I've just googled it. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Robin looks like he's about to ask me my age and if I'm a non-smoker.
Do you pay the bills at home?
Oh my god!
How many defenders do you have?
The interesting thing about these Champions League draws is they take place in February, and in February it could be a whole new landscape. Like I think right now, I would definitely have Real Madrid the favourites. Real Madrid have been very, very good in the league, so you'd think they'd walk over Liverpool because they've been a bit shaky.
Very, very good in the league. Oscar, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Why?
For such comments. Have you seen the league? Have you watched the La Liga lately?
La Liga.
I swear they won like the first 9 games.
I mean, have you seen their league? As I said,
imagine if
PSG win their first 9 league games, just saying, "Oh, PSG they're on phenomenal form in the French league."
Hey, look. PSG are on phenomenal form. You see,
look at you.
No, you meet who you face, isn't it? You meet who's in front of you. But the point I'm making is, you know, in the what's it, January window, Liverpool could go and sign a midfielder, and they look like a completely different outfit next year. We don't know.
No, they don't.
But what I would say,
wait. But Konate's back.
Ibu, come on, Big Ibs. What? He's never. The only game he's ever lost in his life is the Champions League final.
Against who?
You know what? Yeah. Sorry to go off a tangent, but every time I see these draws, the rigs get worse and worse each year.
The rigs?
How is this? As in who plays who? Because I will never forget I'll never forget when the UEFA messed up the balls. Was it last year with Atletico Madrid? And then we conveniently ended up with PSG as well. And they had to redo the draw because they got caught lacking. Ever since then, never again. Never again.
It's been a friggin' fast. One thing I'll give them credit for, they did it quick this time. Bloody hell, it was the fastest draw I saw. I was like,
Bro,
I tried to come in at like quarter past, and I already missed the first 2 draws.
because normally do an hour of preamble, an hour of build.
Yeah, I'm seeing Eric Abidal, how he's come
Preamble is such a sick
all
word.
I ever see
Love
is
it.
how
Bro,
phenomenal.
We normally have an award. We will normally have an award. Someone's getting something.
One nonsense legend.
So they'll have like a dinner, some
man.
salmon.
The truth is, the draw is one of the most longest ceremonial issues that we have in.
Bro,
Like,
let everyone stay at home,
it
bro.
should not be this long. It
hearing
should be
about
50 minutes.
Bro,
Always
I
been
was,
all
Everyone
that
has to
petrol,
go.
bro.
I was watching the Europa League draw. Why are they interviewing Zoltan Gira?
Ah,
before
wait,
the
man.
draw? I said,
See
who
what I'm
asked for
saying?
this?
bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Listen,
Who asked for this?
You see what I'm
listen,
saying?
Is he still in football? What's he up to now? Bloody hell, Zoltan Gira.
He looks good though. He looks good. He looks like he doesn't look old.
He's
it's
probably
only
doing
because-
crypto.
only because the
If I saw him at Greg's, I wouldn't know who he was. I'll say chicken bake, please, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, here, Baraka. He says, Oscar, we were 1 ball away from getting pitched.
Pause.
I said 1 ball away. Hey, that's funny.
I'm
Yeah,
not
man,
here
I'll
to
take
watch
Dortmund
another.
all day, man. We've got Dortmund. I'll take that all day.
I'm not here to see how Eric Abidal friggin' has overcome heart surgery again. It's all right, and these people as well. They're not even legends. We're not even bringing out legends
Hey,
now.
Peter,
Hey, get yeah.
Yeah, cancel Peter, man.
you know,
Let's do this,
like
man. Let's do this.
we're trying
Let me
to
ask
get
you now.
monetized.
Let me ask you now.
You know when YouTube
Let me
watches
ask you.
this and we get reviews.
Name,
What's happening here?
name every year, bro. We used to hear about his operation. I'm saying, I think it was 2011.
Peter, are you trying to get P45, blood? I
He
like,
lifted
bro.
the trophy in 2011. I just
Relax,
don't want
bro.
to hear it again, like everybody else doesn't want to hear it.
Nah.
Peter, the man doesn't know who you are, your brother.
Listen, look, like the Turkish Don
man.
today for the Champions League draw. Who was that? What player was that? 'Cause I didn't see him. I've never seen him before.
Nah, cancel Peter, man.
You're a criminal.
So you don't want to hear it again? You don't want to tell us how we went through how we went through it?
Relax.
How we went through it again?
Yeah, just stop talking, man. He's slow to
Aston
speak.
Villa,
man.
Manchester United. Aston Villa versus Manchester United. We'll go to Villa Park. Night Emery on my mind. Night. Hey,
You know what? Yeah, that was I actually heard that actual song for the first time today because I was thinking, Peter, why the heck are you singing this song?
Listen,
I'm talking in full. So I was just like,
Mate,
okay, that's where you get it from.
Listen, them European away days when there were no joke, bro. We heard songs, man. Let me tell you, we sang.
But yeah,
Emery.
I'm actually
Emery back in the
annoyed.
Premier League.
We've lost Unai Emery for the 3rd time in a row. It's getting annoying. I don't like this guy.
Is it?
But
You know what we can take from this game, yeah? Steven Gerrard was the enemy of progress, bro. That's one thing
I will
we
say
can take.
that.
Wait
Hey,
there, David.
Stevie
What did they do
G.
last week? What did they do when Gerrard was
they
at
got
the helm
back.
last weekend? Because they got dressed.
They got popped.
Oh,
But
yeah,
the
oh
thing
yeah,
is,
yeah. Oh, my bad,
Do you know
my bad. I
what's
apologize.
annoying about this whole game? We got bopped in like the first 9 minutes, and then the second half in the first 3 minutes, and then the rest of the game we were calm. And I was thinking, what happened here? Because they literally, when you look at it and you look at the stats, Villa scored 3 goals, and their XG was 0.4, for example. Like they offered
I saw
nothing.
the XG. I said, how
No, they
is
offered nothing throughout the game, but it
Unai
was
Emery
just
stat right there. That there is an
we
Unai Emery stat.
literally just flopped. The base at the back, no communication, no one knew where they were. When last week, when Oscar told me I was harsh on Lindelof, when I saw this game, I just fought back to that minute. I said, Oscar, this is the point. When I said, no, this is not that guy.
What did you say to me last week? You said
I said last week that that I don't think Lindelof, that Milton is going to carry him. And you said, oh, you're going to be too harsh on Lindelof. And I said, I know this guy.
Sandro has to carry 2 players. And I'm like, come on, he's not that bad.
It's like, come on.
Come on. And then what happened? And then look what happened.
Hey, Sandro wasn't any better.
No, I'm criticizing the whole team. The whole team fell asleep. Literally. Like it was like we've gone 9 games doing well, building up, haven't lost a game, getting draws, getting wins. So we're getting somewhere. And all of a sudden, the players were just like, nope, we're not going to play football anymore. It was just
Robin,
so weird.
Quick one to both of you guys. Did you see this defeat coming, or is this a one-off?
Hard to say.
I think because it's Emery. Emery's got a number, bruv.
Yeah.
Like we beat him in the was it Europa or Champions League last year?
The year before we lost him in Europa. We beat last one was at
Arsenal. No. Last year we beat Villarreal, no?
Oh yeah, we had them in the group, I think.
We had them in the group. When Danjuma was spazzing on Dallo.
Oh yeah.
Was it not Frankfurt? Frankfurt,
no. Villarreal came to Old Trafford. And I think we won 3-2. I forgot in the and then in Spain was Carrick's second or third game, and he beat them 2-1 or 2-0.
Time Mirad's comment.
Like, honestly, I feel literally
no A level. You will end up mid-table. I said it.
But the thing is, the games like yesterday is why I said from summer, if United finish 6th, it's a good season. We have too many poor players. Way too many. And I think it's officially time that Donny exits, man. I think it's time.
Oh yeah. I'm going to apologize on this pod. Because I said last week, and I think all the week before, I said in this exact game.
Oscar is very prepared.
What is the
because I said a couple weeks ago, and I said when Bruno got suspended, I said, you know what, this is the game that we need to play Donny van de Beek in. I said that he should be the one in. He should come in, and I'm here to apologize for the wrongdoings that I said, because after this game, he started.
Please put him center stage. Put him center stage, bro. He needs to apologize properly, bro.
I apologize.
You know how, Oscar, you know how we do this center stage thing. You forgot. Jesus.
Robot. I don't know how to highlight him.
Know yourself as this guy. There we go.
Listen. Yeah. I'm here to apologize to the Top 4 podcast, to the comments.
They got Robin on that.
All that stuff. Yeah.
You got it on the Summer Jam screen.
This is 3D.
My judgment. My judgment was elapsed for this because I tried to give the guy faith. I thought, no, he could do something in number 10. But after that game, I don't want to see him in a shirt again. He needs to be sold. I'm sorry. Wow. But my faith is it is what it is. I was wrong. And I apologize.
So
there we go.
But thank you for the apology.
You can bring everyone back.
Yeah, so who was the midfield? What was the midfield you played?
Casemiro, Eriksen, and Donny.
Donny at the 10.
The problem
is, you see that you think it doesn't look.
Yeah, like I'm not like
the problem here is what I said after the Manchester derby. Well, one of the problems anyway. Eriksen needs to go gym. He's too small.
He needs to stop playing.
Do you know what it is?
Right.
You know what it is? I still stand by the fact that he's a good signing. The problem was I thought he was going to come and play number 10. But because we didn't sign De Jong, he's had to play in a position that Bruno absolutely cannot play. If we play Bruno at number 8, it is hell on
Good
earth.
grief. 37% pass completion.
Hopefully you understand. The IQ...
Bruno.
Go on.
Bruno's a 10 or nothing.
Bruno is a 10 or nothing at all.
There's a couple men like that, you know.
Did you miss Bruno on
we did. I did want to say
I didn't watch
I feel like even though people get onto Bruno with his when he tries to do crazy things, just shoot or just miss pass, he does things in the game that's actually integral to us as well, and we desperately missed him.
Is it 3-3 or 3-2?
I think it's 3-3. I think it is 3-3 because our strike force, Rashford on the right doesn't offer anything. Garnacho was our only good player, and he got taken off at 60 minutes.
But Bruno played against Sociedad.
Yeah, because he's not suspended.
No, my point is Bruno's played in other games where we're not winning or drawing because of him. That's my point.
But I think we create more chances with him. We created nothing.
But the thing about Bruno is that Bruno's scattergun, isn't it? Like Bruno's got the big pumpy from Terminator, the machine gun. So he will spray 300 passes and get 2 assists. So I think it's a skewed stat. I think it's a true stat, but it's skewed because it can make his stats make him look very good. Like the IQ is not there. That's why I'm a bit like, are we? Because from what I saw in midfield, they didn't even start John McGinn, and I think John McGinn walks into our midfield. Do you see what I'm saying? Like we don't have the robustness that other teams have. That's why I think if we play Arsenal again at the Emirates, for example, we're going to get manhandled because Eriksen is tired already.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't think he's going. He's not going to the World Cup, and I think the World Cup is quite crucial. No, I don't think.
That's surprising.
Why?
I don't think he should go. I don't know the reason. I don't think he should go.
Huh?
They don't want to take that risk.
Who don't want to take the risk?
Probably Denmark.
I hear that though.
I hear
that. What's their team?
Brother, he almost died.
He plays for Manchester United every week. Why can he play against Aston Villa, but he can't play in the World Cup?
You know what? I hear you, but Qatar's all hot. You know what I mean?
You know what he's also, yeah? It's probably more of the mentality that it's a sensitive situation that happened when he played internationally. It might be more spooky for them. It might be more superstitious for them. I don't know.
He's their best player.
They haven't announced the team yet.
I don't know.
They haven't announced the team. They haven't announced the team yet.
The Athletic have just released an article 49 minutes ago saying Eriksen is named in the Denmark squad.
I don't know where you don't got this from. Literally. But yeah,
he needs to play about 5 minutes a game, blood. This guy can't be out there. Cool. And then after Man United,
around the World Cup, it's just baffling to me, guys. A World Cup comes once every 4 years. If you're a player and you're fit, you go to the World Cup. Like you go. Man are telling me that Reece James should not go because he's injured and just wait. I don't care about your injury. You got 4 years to the next World Cup.
If you're moving like Peter, you know.
That's true though. If I've got a little calf tear.
Hey.
I'm not saying, oh, you should get surgery and then come back so you can play the end of the season. Just play what?
Nah.
Oscar said if he's in a cast, put him on a plane anyway.
Yeah, Oscar's playing.
All I'm saying is Wenger's 2-year World Cup doesn't sound so bad.
What you say?
I'll say. Wenger's two-year World Cup does not sound so bad, does it? After all,
Wenger's a genius.
Nah, I'm still against it.
It sounds lit.
Okay, quick one. Couple of things. It's stupid. This is Mr. Ten Hag's comments on the fact that on the fact that you lot were playing crosses from deep for Ronaldo. He said it was stupid.
Peter,
what are your thoughts on that?
Peter, he's right.
It's a great question. But SW6 a long time ago, he asked for something. I want to grant him his wish. Can we call Ernest the prosecutor to the stand? In the case of CR7.
Oh dear.
I'm ready.
You ready? What do you think of Ten Hag's statement?
What did he say?
They asked him a question about what was his thoughts on United crossing from deep to try and feed Ronaldo, and he said it was stupid. If you've got Ronaldo kind of in the center, you don't put balls in from deep. You're meant to go as far as you can to the byline to put the ball in.
Because Ronaldo is not so assured so me and Adrian were talking about in the group chat yesterday. There's that little half space where if Lisandro Martinez doesn't carry on running with Bailey, the goal happens because of that little hesitation. And on the other end, Cristiano Ronaldo does not have that extra yard. He doesn't have that anymore. Those little things he used to do at Madrid that created the chance. Me and P have had many discussions about the evolution of the creator for Ronaldo, from Mesut Ozil to Angel Di Maria to what's the Brazilian youth's name? Marcelo. To create chances for Ronaldo, and also obviously I think it must be a privilege to create for Ronaldo. But what happens post Juve is that you have to adjust to a team that is not as fluid in creativity but the striker also doesn't help with the movement or the lack thereof. So when you have a team which needs we need more work from our strikers because of how much we are our focal point for creativity is Bruno Fernandes, for example, which is a hellish move. You guys know how much I think that sucks. Bruno Fernandes cannot be your creative hub. We were more fluid with Paul Pogba in midfield. That I stand by that. I'll die on that hill. We were much more fluid with Paul Pogba. That's why I always say I would have loved to have seen what Paul Pogba would have been like in a Ten Hag team. Whether it would have worked, I can't tell you for sure. But we were a much more fluid team because the guy's IQ is in the sky. He and Kevin De Bruyne are the same. Even when you watch Bruno Fernandes for Portugal, how many times was Bruno getting killed by commentators, pundits in the Euros last year because they were fluid without him? Now, my thing is, you add all of those things in a mixture to a manager that's demanding a lot more from his forwards. Watch, I keep telling people, if you want to know what a forward looks like for Ten Hag, watch Ajax last year with Sebastian Haller. This is what I think. As much as people might not like it, yeah, I don't like it. But I think we would be much better off going with someone like Choupo-Moting, Callum Wilson, people that, target men that move. We don't have that. Vlahovic, Edin Dzeko. So follow me on the type of striker I'm talking about here. What's the guy from West Ham?
Antonio? Scamacca.
No, Scamacca. People like Scamacca. You see what I'm saying? So he doesn't. It looks like even Martial, from what I've seen, is not his type. I don't think that the Arnautovic transfer rumor came out of nowhere. I think he wants that type of striker. Do you see what I'm saying? So my point is, before you set up a goal, you need more than just the person's ability. You need their willingness to work hard for the goal. Ronaldo is not offering us any of that. So if you tell me in 10 chances in the 18-yard box, I got two options: Martial or Ronaldo. I'm picking Ronaldo Monday to Sunday. If you ask me for movement, if you ask me for darting runs, if you ask me to go in between the fullback and the centre back consistently for 90 minutes, I am not picking Ronaldo. I'm not. And this is why I keep asking, why has he not scored in these amount of games? I didn't even have the evidence that Robin put in the group chat. I didn't have those pictures. Those came because my God is not a God of confusion. My blessing came in the WhatsApp pictures. I did not ask Robin to put those pictures up. So my thing is, that's why I keep asking you, are you watching this, brother? Are you actually watching Ronaldo? Because people like Roy Keane and them were chatting about him. And I'm like, guys, we play Ronaldo consistently in the Europa League. Every week he plays Europa. He scored 2 goals. He scored 1 from open play, which is the third of a 3-0. And the other one was a penalty where he stunk up the whole game. He's played, and guys, look at the caliber of teams we're playing in the Europa League. The best team we played is Real Sociedad.
True. So, what's your thoughts though on, because they make this point about Eddie and not doing well in the Europa League because he's only got 2 goals, right? But I make the argument for an Eddie and Nketiah, and I'm sure probably the same could be said for Ronaldo. Is he playing in Man United's best 11? Because if he's playing in a sort of part 2 Man United in the Europa League where he's playing with other Donnies that don't play week in, week out in the league, it's a bit harder to be the best.
We changed like 2 man in the Europa League.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's not that long.
It's basically the same. You see Jadon Sancho playing,
and that's why Ten Hag is screaming for signings in January, because number one, he doesn't trust his backup, and he knows that he has to kill.
I forgot to add the other option that we were looking at, a striker who's also tall, Cody Gakpo. Yeah. Everyone we're looking at has the frame of Ronaldo. They're not short, nimble number 9s. They're all tall guys. So my point is, when he says he wants Ronaldo, I think he's saying that definitely for media, he wants 25-year-old Ronaldo. That's what he wants. He doesn't have that. And the guy he's having to deal with is he's being petulant, bro. Like, let's just call it what it is. He's being petulant. And the thing is, when you do, because this is why I brought up the thing about 500 bags a week. For 500,000 a week, if you have 3 chances and your name is CR7, I expect you to finish 2. Because do you know why? I don't expect Rashford to finish those. Don't expect Martial to finish those. That's why they're not as good as you. They will never speak about Rashford and Martial in the same conversations as CR7. Never. Do you know why? He's a killer. He's a stone cold killer. But he's 37, guys. He's lost. Bro, I don't think you're... Guys, I am a Messi fan, yeah? But don't ever get it twisted. I saw Ronaldo lift the 2008 Champions League. I was in Theo's house. I was laughing at Oscar because John Terry slipped. I watched that. Yeah?
Listen, if you've been to my place, I nearly jumped off the balcony.
I wasn't there
when we won that.
You nearly did what?
I jumped off the balcony. I was when we won the Champions League. Oh,
bro,
I was in tears.
I have watched Ronaldo in the United shirt. I'm not one of these new youths. I've watched Ronaldo in a United shirt. So I'm saying this out of pure. That's why I said, guys, I don't want this brother in my team because we are not in the position to accommodate someone who needs cushioning. We don't have that luxury. This is the reason I said I didn't want him. I didn't say it because I hate the guy. I didn't say he should go to City because I dislike him. I don't like the guy as a person. Like, in fact, some of the things I've seen from this year, I wouldn't want to meet him, but I respect him. No, don't leave your stadium. Don't leave your stadium and go home. I don't care who you are. Do not leave your stadium and go home. Are you crazy? Like, don't do that. So yeah, listen, Ronaldo's a legend, but he should have never come here. And I said this from the time he came. Should have never come.
Question. Gary Neville said that Man United's front 3 is the worst in the top 6. Who disagrees?
We definitely haven't scored the most.
No, but I think he just means
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
It's debatable.
United's 3.
Yeah, that's a good
question of the year.
That's a good question.
The thing is, the three that we have always asked for, but we've never got, is Rashford, Anthony, and Martial. We've not had that. That's the 3 that he wants.
One is guaranteed. One is guaranteed. One is half guaranteed, and one is half guaranteed. Like, I don't know if Martial's going to score. I don't know if Rashford's going to score. I know Anthony's not going to score.
I think Anthony's score. I think Anthony's guys.
He only scores worldies. He only scores worldies, bruv. For him to finish from 6 yards, impossible, bruv.
He got 15 goals in him.
He scored a good goal.
He's got 15 goals in him.
He scored a good build-up goal against Everton. He scored a worldie against City, and he scored in the 18-yard box against Arsenal. Or was it just outside?
It was outside.
It was a great goal.
And now he's been injured. So, but he got into the Brazil team, so fair play to him. But yeah,
they were wearing trainers inside the house. That's mad.
Do you know one thing about the Brazil squad that makes me laugh? Like, every time they do their announcement, they have like proper full-on videos. Like, what happens if you don't get picked? Like, what happens in that video? I want to see. I want to see what happens.
I'm thinking they must know that they're getting called up because you can't sit the family down. Have them all in front of the camera and you don't make it.
That's someone bad, you know.
They might move like the NFL.
Like Joe Linton. Joe Linton had everyone around, you know.
You see the man in the NFL draft, bro. Right? Don't get picked.
He should be going though, to be fair.
Do you know? I'm
I think Man United's front 3 is better than
though.
Chelsea and Spurs. I do think it's better than those 2.
Nah, I'm taking Kane, Kulusevski, and Son every day of the week.
Yeah, you're replacing your 3 with them 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, come on.
100%, 150%.
Absolutely.
Spurs have a better front 3 than most of the
league.
No, do you know what? Listen, Spurs. Listen, Kane out of this world, right? Nobody's arguing.
Son is last year's top goal scorer.
Son, again, Son is a weird one.
No.
He's last year's top goal scorer.
He's not. He's the reverse Jesus.
He's
He's a good finisher.
yeah, but nothing else.
He's a
That's the
good
best
finisher.
nothing
He's
else.
not a good footballer.
He's an awful baller, but he's quick. He's
I
quick,
mean,
direct. and
Kulusevski,
can finish. That's it.
I'm wondering, are we? Did he have a hot streak last
Nah,
6 months?
bro. The guy came
Is
on
he
the
the
pitch
real
and got an
deal?
assist.
He's a
He's a
good player, man.
finisher. He's a clappers.
I like him, but I'm saying, is he
The
the real
guy
deal?
came
Is
on
he,
the
is
pitch
he-
against Liverpool and got an assist.
fair? No, fair. You can't argue.
I'm taking him over Sancho, Anthony, Rashford. Every day of the week.
So that's it. Whatever we got.
Whatever we got.
I'd say you're better than Chelsea's then.
I wouldn't argue.
You know what it is, yeah? Because one day we need to discuss Sterling. Because I said
Oh dear.
he was the best value for money signing.
Why?
I said he was their best player this season.
Because
Under Tuchel, he was very good, but
Yeah.
Because when I looked at City's numbers, the numbers he got for City, isn't he like top 3 all time for City?
Really?
Yeah, bro. He's like top 3 goal scorers of all time for Man
It's not
City.
Paolo
So
World Cup, is it?
he played like
Let's have it right. That club started in 2008.
Let's sure go earning, man. Oh, it's peak. Look, it will be interesting to have a look. We'll discuss your Europa League playoff 16.
Sorry, I just have to stop you. You know, I told you I'm watching the Chelsea Arsenal game.
Yeah.
There's a moment when a ball gets played over the top for Broja. Broja's offside. Yeah, Saliba still beats him to the ball. He's a beast. He's a beast. And Broja's quick, you know. He's not no slouch. He's a quick guy.
I still don't know about him.
Saliba's a beast, man.
We'll have to wait and see, man. Give him some time. Listen, that anything else on this game before we move on and wrap?
Yeah, no. Honestly, like I said, it was like literally 10 minutes of just getting panned, and then we're not doing anything with the ball. And so it was hard. It was hard to watch.
Guys,
I don't know where it came from.
Our centre backs are Phil Jones, Harry Maguire, Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof, Varane, and Lisandro Martinez. We cannot have anyone the last 2 I just mentioned.
When one is missing, it is a pain. And one is suspended against the game versus Barca.
Oh, listen. I need us to get out of that competition ASAP. We do not have the squad to deal with Europa. We don't.
It'll be
get out, man.
It'll be interesting to see how you guys do. Where do we think Emery will? What's the ceiling for Emery and Villa? What do we think?
I told you,
he's got a decent team, you know. Got a decent team.
Unai, what's his name? Okay.
Kamara. Abdi says Ernest probably enjoyed our loss yesterday.
Wow.
I think Abdi loves me, you know. I swear.
I said your BT now, boy. He's back on the roads. Yeah. But okay. Well, let's keep it moving, shall we? Big talking points around the globe. Ralph Hasenhüttl finally.
Hey, what
has been sacked.
Huh? What God does he pray to?
Listen, we need to know.
Man.
The guy conceded 2 9-0 games
and still stayed.
I still think he's a born again Christian because
he didn't tithe. That's why.
I think God looks at grace and he says, look, if you take the mick out of it again, even I have to pull out and just be like, you know what, no, I'm leaving you to your own devices. That's what happened. That man got dressed against Newcastle United. I'm so sorry. And Newcastle are good. Let's be very clear. Newcastle are a good side. But the horse needs to be shot. It's as simple as that. We need to end it. We need to be done with it because it was only heading in one direction. So, we'll see if he gets another job. Only because I feel like he overstayed his welcome at Southampton. Do you know them ones? He's overstayed it, and I wonder if that's caused him more damage than it's caused him. And if he gets another job, is it going to be? This guy came from Leipzig. Let's be very clear. He came from RB Leipzig to Southampton. Was already a demotion, right?
You know who I think should have gone to Southampton? Emery.
You think?
I think Emery, bro. Half of them players are P and P.
I know what you're saying. Bro. I'm very. For me, Emery. I feel like he's destined to fail at Villa, for example. It's not. I just don't think he's going to get over the line with them. Villa are so bad defensively, especially, right? And Emery was conceding 30 shots a game for Arsenal.
The guy Raul Albiol, Juan Foyth beat Man United and Arsenal, he can do something with Tyrone Mings. He can do something.
Listen, but I tell you what, though, Villarreal, who's the bigger club?
Nah, bro, that team was trash. I still have nightmares about how we lost.
It's very
They are
systematic.
bad.
Listen, Spanish teams, bruv. I'm telling you, like people say Bundesliga tax, Spain, and it's what do you call it? It's systematic. Yeah, it's just a different level.
It's a different referees more like.
I mean, I'm looking at even Betis under Pellegrino, right? And you're just thinking, how is he doing this? How is he making this team do what it does? And then Bro Gray's right. Listen, bro, Emery's destined to fail based on his back four. Man United was a good day for him. It was a good night in the sun. But the clocks have gone back. Yeah, that yellow ball in the winter is coming. And I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at top 10 finish, maybe. That's what they should aim for. But if he gets fired before the end of the season, I wouldn't be surprised. Not because Emery's a bad manager. I just think he has to have the right tools to do something. And even if that Villarreal side is garbage, which, hey, listen, nobody's denying, they're all functional. Villa's not functional.
Jamal says you cannot progress with things in your size.
There's no progression.
No, he's a waste, you know. He's 6'5", he's quick, left-footed, all the tools. What could you ask?
Who's Aston Villa got next week? Because Man United, I think Man United wasn't a fair assessment. But someone's going to give them a rude awakening next week, and Emery's going to remember, the Premier League, man, what a frigging tyrant this league is. Because it's not going to be smooth sailing. They have got who've they got next week? You've only come to see the Villa. Are they not playing next week?
And I think they've got a game ahead of them.
They are away at Brighton on Sunday. Let me tell you, De Zerbi and their crew, he's going to give them a beating.
Trossard.
He's going to give them. Listen, Pascal Gross.
Hey, man, where does Trossard play?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Hey, I saw their formation. Manager, yeah, it has a name. It's got bare positions. I said AMLRC. He plays everywhere.
What is an LR?
There was a game. I can't remember what it was. I think it was Match of the Day. I think Match of the Day had it against Chelsea, and they showed like this weird formation that he had, and I was like, nah, this isn't real. This is fake, blood. Because Trossard, Marsh, and Gross all played in the same position basically, and it was like, come on, this can't be right. But it's a great question on this. I'm gonna say he plays off the left.
Yeah,
so just is in it.
He's floated. He's about.
He's a floater.
He's in the pockets of space.
Where do Southampton go from here anyway? In terms of just like getting a new manager, where do they look? I'm hearing Sean Dyche is in the realm. Remember they came
Sean
from
Dyche handle the Sun? That man lives in the North all of his life. He lives in the North all of his life.
Not even can I handle the winter. Can I handle the sun?
All right, you know what Southampton needs?
What's that?
They need a man they can go down with, you know? Because I feel like
Oscar, I hear it.
Because I feel like they've just got youths, like they've got scholars, like Lavia.
Adrian, bro.
This year.
Adrian.
They need to just go down, learn their craft, and come up together.
Yeah, AD,
no, we can't
get rid.
When we played them and we drew and I was livid, I named you the first 6 players on their lineup.
Nah, we can't call out Peter for all this stuff and not call out what Adrian just said.
What happened?
What did AD say?
They need a man they can go down with.
I know. I'm at relegation.
My face was a picture when I heard that.
Ernest, you know what would be actually a good link? Do you know what would be a good match, I think, for Southampton? Somebody like Jesse Marsh. I think that would have been a perfect link because the fans there are not like, I don't know, Southampton fans are not that bothered, are they? If they can finish in the top 10, they'll be delighted. And I think obviously Marsh ain't going out of Leeds, but
I don't think he's going away from Leeds.
No, but as in I'm talking about that kind of caliber manager. I hated when they had Claude Puel and Mark Hughes. I thought this is a disdain on Southampton. They came up with Pochettino, the Nigel Atkins of the world. Do you know what I'm saying? Give me some of that fluid. And Hasenhüttl was supposed to be that, but didn't quite work out. They ain't got ballers, man. Stop lying. I'm looking at these players and I'm just like, no. The answer is no.
Yeah, they don't, I don't think Southampton have ballers. I think that's
They've got football manager ballers.
Yeah.
But in real life,
they're one of the teams in the league that have been in the Premier League for a long time, and I still can't name their 11.
Yeah,
but because it's different to what it was last year.
Yeah, every time.
They are like the Sauber of Premier League football. If anybody can get that reference,
I remember Peter made a point about the centre halves. He said they played. Was it Lianco and Katakata or whoever he is? Yeah. This week is Bella Kochkap. And friggin' and who's the other one? And another guy.
Adrian has been on this case.
Ralph
has been on Southampton's case.
Now I think about it, Ralph had to go. They're 18. They have to go.
First of all, they have an Irish goalkeeper called Bazunu.
Again, that's another scholar from City's Academy.
He's
black. He's black and Irish. Like Dabby.
They had a centre half.
The Obafemi, okay.
I'm going to assume
Obafemi was cheeks. Where's he at now?
Peter is real Brexit.
He was just a black shade long. Michael Obafemi.
Ernest, let me name you the back four. Roman Peru, Mohamed Salisu.
He's going against United, that Peru.
Juan Larios.
Did he?
And Armel Bella Catchcop.
He said he was
last season. Was it?
Rather.
I remember because it happened. I was just singing Peru the next day.
Do you see this? You see the centre half they bought for the summer? You see what their summer centre forward signing was? But that's a lot of S's. Joe Aribo. Yeah.
Oh, him from was it Scotland?
Yeah, from the ends though.
I don't give a damn where he's from. That's not the point. Who's Sekumara? Romeo Lavia. These Southampton spend about 15 million a season with 15 new players. That's what they do. This is what they do. We're gonna move on.
Couple Bosmans, couple lows, couple 2.5 mils.
As I said, this is why people in Peter's comments thought he was white. He was Brexit.
Hey, the Rinse FM I'm getting on TikTok is
Peter, that video was what people are rinsing you.
Rinse FM.
A lot of people thought you were white.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter's got 4,000 followers on Twitter, you know.
He's a bait head. He's
going to
Hollywood. See, when Elon Musk hits you up for that $8 a month, you're gonna pay it.
That blue check mark.
Yeah, come on, man. I need that blue check.
Come on, secure that.
Let's enjoy the fact that Chelsea had Zakaria and Cover in their ranks, yet off for the likes of poor man's Mikel, Ruben, Mason Mount, Gallagher, clueless count. Well, Cover's coming back from an injury. He's not fully fit, so that's why he didn't start. He obviously would have. And Zakaria, I don't know why none of these managers rate Zakaria. I don't know.
Oscar in other games this weekend is a good mid-table player. You're just saying it because he's African. That's the fact of the matter. West Ham United won. It's not outrageous, though, is it? It's not outrageous. Because if he was from Sheffield, we're not hearing it.
Okay.
And we know Lola unapologetically backs the Africans, and there's no problem with that whatsoever. What was that, AD?
Well, like a John Fleck.
Why you gotta be booty? But
Zakaria was the guy a year ago, though. Everybody was looking for him, and then he went Juve, and then I don't know what happened to him.
He played well. He played well in the Champions League midweek.
Listen, Juve is a place that you don't want to get any fish from. No kettle of fish whatsoever.
Hey, Peter, I saw Weston McKennie playing right midfield. What? Listen,
World Cup.
Listen, it's all about.
I have been listening to that World Cup song all day today.
We have an anthem, Robin. We got an anthem.
What? There's a World Cup song.
There's a Speed World Cup song, and it bangs.
Speed has been a World Cup song.
Me up, man.
I need to get involved. Okay, let me run through these games quickly. So, yeah, Southampton 1, Newcastle 4, which is what ended Haas and Hootel's time. Newcastle on fire. I think they're third in the league. Phenomenal scenes by Eddie Howe. West Ham United 1, Palace 2. Great win for Crystal Palace. Maybe West Ham are not what they seem to be, but a great win for Palace away from home. Phenomenal scenes, Jeff.
Yeah, that man are concentrating on what you call it, the conference. That's all they're thinking about.
Yeah, they should do. Leeds United 4. What a comeback against Bournemouth 3. Phenomenal scenes at Ellen Road.
They try to sleep on Hesse. They try to sleep on Hesse Marsh, man. He said, we're out here.
I want you to talk about Millier. I want you to talk about Millier because he's been.
I didn't see the goals.
No, but he's been phenomenal.
Shit, 3. What you talking about? He's been phenomenal.
Conceded 3 goals. How phenomenal could he have been?
Listen,
I can't lie. Jesse Marsh was holding on for dear life in that game.
What do you mean? Yeah. They were 3-1 down. They won 4-3.
They were 3-1
exactly. Down. He was holding on for dear life.
It was an inspired comeback by the manager.
Yeah, it was an inspired comeback indeed. Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. I tell you what.
SW6 was at Ellen Road. And Marsh, Hesse was holding on for dear life. The Blues were potent. He pulled off a miracle. Well, look, those Leeds United fans need to know what's good for them and just respect what Hesse is doing.
Hey.
Cracking stadium and lovely atmosphere. I bet it was.
What brought SW6 up there, though? That's
I don't know.
That's an interesting trip. Listen,
mate, he's a man of all football. That's what he is. He loves his football.
He's a man of the game, man. He's a man
of the game.
I appreciate it.
As I was saying, City 2, Fulham 1. Did anybody see 2 things? Obviously, Cancelo's red card, but the penalty that Manchester City won in the end.
That penalty was banner.
That's disgrace.
But it shows. But it shows you have to dive to get the reward because players who've been honest. Yeah, I said he went up there to get a Kia. SW6 caught one.
Well, they did them Yorkshire babes, you know. I had Leeds as a night out.
That's a mad streak.
Man, I'm throwing girls like Greg's, you know.
That's a mad streak.
AD. Wow.
No, listen. As a man of colour, Leeds on the night out is not the one. It's not the one for us.
Can you imagine going to Link Girl and on the way you catch Leeds versus Bournemouth?
Wow.
I'd go home after that, man.
That's crazy.
That's a mad move.
That's crazy.
Listen, bro.
Leeds is strictly uni. If you're in uni, it's live. But after that,
you've got no business there. You might as well go to Bradford. You've got no business.
No. Leeds is lit. It's better than Huddersfield.
Lit.
By far.
Anything's better than Huddersfield. Flipping hell.
Huddersfield is like the Uni and a Lidl, and that's it. and then the John Smith Stadium.
Listen. If you're in Huddersfield, just take the train to Manchester. Just
I'm not involved.
When you think about it in general, the UK is the biggest catfish ever. Why are parents moving? Like, this is outrageous.
Fam.
What's in Leeds? Like, what's there?
Besides Ellen Road and racism, there's nothing in Leeds. You don't want no business in Leeds.
And they said, you get bullied in Leeds last year.
I'm sure I caught a stray from the whatever their home end is called. I'm sure I caught a stray last year, but nonetheless, we scored 5 and I left back in the fog with 5 goals in the back. Yes, Man City winning 2-1 against Fulham. Forest 2, Brentford 2. Very, very tight knit game. Ivan Toney, by the way. What's he in the news? What's he in the news again for?
What's a championship game and a half.
Can I?
What has he done?
Can I hazard a conspiracy theory? Yeah. Can I hazard it?
Go on.
So last weekend, Gareth Southgate, he went to watch a Newcastle United game, and there was talks that Amanda Staveley, I don't know what her title is at Newcastle, but
CEO or something like that.
I don't know what her title is, but apparently she was in Gareth's ear planning a little conspiracy to try and get Callum Wilson in the England squad. Then, mysteriously, reports of Ivan Toney gambling on football games from years ago, by the way. The reports that they're saying are they're accusing him of doing it before he even played for Brentford. So they've dug to get some dirt on him, and
that's bad, man. You know,
and
when he was at Newcastle,
happens to come out.
When it was at Northampton Town the first time.
Peterborough.
Oh, that seems a bit fishy to me. I'm with it. I'm all with it because I need my boy Callum Wilson in that squad. But
Wilson needs to get in that squad still. But you do take Toney for the penalties specifically. That's it.
His penalties are cold, though.
Give over.
He needs to stay out of the news, man. Anyway.
Remember when he said F Brentford?
He's a crackhead. What? He
Is
does
he
not
not their
stand.
captain?
Remember, he died for Nyash. You don't. That's what he did.
On a boat.
For real, he did.
I couldn't believe that.
On
I've seen it more than
4K, bro.
once.
He got caught in
Yeah.
4K. Oscar, managerless Wolves until the 14th
Lopetegui.
of November. Because
Yeah.
Julia and Lopetegui. Hey, listen, guys, look at what we've got in the Premier League. We've
Super
got Julian
League.
Lopetegui.
It's the Super League.
It is indeed. This is the European Super League of managers. I mean, how have we got Lopetegui and Emery in the same week? I can't believe it.
Oh, we just do that
But-
house at Hootle. Where the Prince was that, man.
Listen, bro, we're not. He did indeed, ladies and gentlemen.
He did
Yeah,
indeed.
Wolves,
I don't know, get
Wolves,
Wilson in that team, man.
I'm not
Wolves
gonna
2,
lie to you though.
Brighton 3.
I'm just gonna say, Callum Wilson, his record speaks for itself. We don't need no
Standard.
conspiracy theories. But look at his body of work.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
let's not lie. Ivan Toney's got a good record too. This season, he's got more goals and more assists than Callum Wilson.
Or does he?
The thing is, though, how many of them have been penalties? He's probably got like 8 goals, 5
Right.
penalties.
Never from open play. Never.
Man does not know what open play is. But fair play to Ivan Toney. You need to put goals in the back of the net. That's what counts. Oscar 3-2. Brighton against Wolverhampton Wanderers away win. De Zerbi, I think he's got the train in motion. Good stuff from.
I heard this was a
from
classic.
Brighton.
I didn't see it, but
It was a classic.
Deserved.
Good goals as well. Everton losing 2-0 at home to Leicester City. Are Leicester City back? Is James Maddison going into the World Cup?
He has to.
Yuri Tillemans.
Hey, listen, do you know who needs to not go? Dean Henderson and Pickford, bruv.
No, Pickford can go, but Dean Henderson doesn't need to go.
No, bro, my guy's conceding bangers all the time, bruv. Nah, man, you need to get out, bro.
But if
No,
they're
but
baggers,
look who you're gonna take. Who's the other English goalkeepers going?
Yeah, it's
Ramsdale, bruv.
Nick Pope. Nick Pope.
Yeah, Pope, Ramsdale, and then the third is I don't know.
Bruv,
I'll take Pickford though. Pickford should still go.
Pickford, yeah, he's good for England. You know what I
Pickford's
mean?
number one, man. Pickford's number
Pickford's
one.
good
Okay,
enough.
when he starts conceding worldies, yeah, don't
Listen,
send that.
next
If they're
week we'll
worldies,
talk
though,
about
no
the World Cup.
goalkeeper saving them.
They're all needy.
No, but if the goals are
I think
worldies,
Pope's good, you know.
Fuck off.
It's the distribution that's the problem.
yeah, I think those are the 3. Those 3 are good enough. We'll take that.
Also,
We'll move
Guys,
on.
think of the
But
brand.
the thing is though, knowing Southgate, he'll pick 4 goalkeepers. I kid you not.
I don't think you can.
Nah, you can't be that dumb. You can't pick 4.
Listen, Oscar.
Knowing him.
Oscar,
I can
Brazil
see
have taken.
4.
Brazil took 9 forwards. You know, we
I hear it.
could.
They're
but
trying
that's
to score
Brazil.
goals.
Yeah, but that's Brazil. Brazil are a different kettle of fish.
Hey, how many goals are you trying to score?
100, like, you know what
Listen, you know when Brazil, when deep, they have that bench. Who can give me a goal? Pick 4. There you go.
I mean? Yeah.
Lola says Maddison is staying home, and you know it. Endo says Maddison has the most GA from any English player since the start of last season.
I did say
I
he's the
don't
best
think
England
that
midfielder.
includes. I don't think that includes Harold Kane, does it?
In midfield, I think he said.
They didn't say it in midfield.
Okay, well, in
do we have a
midfield,
date?
he's the best. Yeah, I think ours is the 10th.
Huh?
No,
I think
3 days.
our squad comes out on the 10th.
Okay. Let's do a quick omissions. What's a big call that you think will happen?
What,
Is
in the
Maddison
squad?
going? Is Maddison going?
He has to go. I don't think he will though.
I think that's the big one. Or James Maddison go.
Yeah,
Well,
Maddison won't go.
What's Southgate going to do? Because I feel like the pivot is going to be Rice,
Bellingham.
Bellingham.
Hendo.
No, not Henderson.
He'll probably put Henderson. Who goes in there with him?
Oh, yuck.
It's a double pivot, so it'll be them, and then the other person will be like an attacking player. Bear in mind, in England's group,
Okay.
they're going to be on the front
Mount?
for all of those. Oh,
No,
Fucking hell.
Mount's going to start in the World Cup, you know.
Bruv, he's gonna pick all his sons.
no.
All of them.
The last England,
Out of it.
the last England friendlies or the Nation League games, Mount didn't start either of those games. So I don't know. Maybe he's gone off Mount a little bit.
I mean, look, England's got a team that's good enough to get out of the group.
Grealish will go and do nothing. But first of all, Grealish is going to wear the number 7 and he's going to sell those shirts. All right. Grealish is the brand.
Franchise, baby.
Wait, what's
That's
Saka
why
got
Sterling
then?
7. That's
Huh?
why Sterling
Saka's
7.
7. Whoa.
No, Sterling's 10. Saka's what, 24?
Ugh.
I'm just going by the Euros last year. The
Yeah,
Euros.
25.
Yeah.
2 and 5 is 7. I hear that. But
Yeah, Jaden Sancho. No, Lewis saying Sancho. So James Sancho's not going. No, that is.
Jadon Sancho shouldn't
yeah.
go. He shouldn't go.
He's not going.
I
Rashford.
don't know,
It'll be
I think he'll go.
Rashford will go.
I do think Sancho will go.
Rashi's there. Rashi's he's got the ability that he can play as a striker or a winger, or you know.
I think Ben White goes.
Yeah, for his versatility alone.
When you're looking at the fact that I know he's not a left back, but the left backs are getting injured, the right backs are getting injured. Ben White's surely got to be there. There's no Kyle Walker. Reece James is not fully there.
Yeah,
Ben White's got to be in that squad. He's got to.
Yeah, no. Well, I think he should go, but I don't think he will.
Well, we will talk about it on next week's pod.
Yes,
the World Cup pod.
We will do. Just quickly, Oscar, I wanted to just mention the draws that everybody got in the Champions League before we wrap. Chelsea playing Dortmund. Liverpool got Real Madrid. United in the Europa League will play against Barcelona.
Rigged.
And who got Milan? Spurs. Spurs got
this is
Milan.
why I wanted to. I knew as soon as we finished second, I said it's either Barcelona or Juventus. It's not happening. They needed that blockbuster tie, UEFA, and they got it.
Let it go, innit?
They could not let it go.
Early. Man United Barcelona is a big game. It's peaked early in the playoffs. Come on.
No, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it.
What's our thoughts on those draws anyway? Which one's looking mouth-watering? Which one are you... Oscar, how are you feeling about it?
PSG Bayern's a huge game.
It's so annoying. It's peaked early, but I hope Bayern go out.
Madrid is also a huge game.
People are saying, I think you're saying the draw is rigged. You know, like those teams, like they have to get some combination of teams. like it had.
But look, there's more the Europa one. Europa one was like, that is suspect.
This guy keeps saying one ball away from PSG. I've never in my years of watching football see someone say in the draw we were one ball away from this team. Yeah, fair enough.
City got Leipzig, I think.
Oscar, you being Gelsenkirchen.
Oh, come on! I'm about to put my ticket. Let's go.
The Signal in Dunya Park, big stadium.
Yeah, man, that's a bucket list one, man. I'm gonna see the yellow wall. That's gonna be a Jude Bellingham audition tape. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Which one? Do you know what made me laugh? It said Liverpool versus Madrid, custody of Jude.
Custody of Jude. Wow.
Yeah, Bellingham.
He ain't going to either of them.
He's going to Madrid. He is 100% going to Madrid.
To SW6's comment, to SW6's comment, the playoffs is basically because if you finish second in Europa League, you face one of the Champions League third place exits. If you finished first in Europa League, you've got a bye week.
You got a bye. You
got to buy straight into the last 16. So there's two sets of 16,
which is a good idea. It's a good idea. I like that.
It's not a bad idea, to be fair. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I don't know, man. Like Europa League's Europa League. Why Champions League? Well, anyways,
No, I also agree that if you. And I like the new system that when it comes to 2024, like once you're out of the Champions League, you're out. Like there's no more there's no more round of playoffs.
Yeah, and you know what? They need to make the Europa League back to the old UEFA Cup days. Big up Melina, who got her picture taken, got the Granit Xhaka picture. It was unbelievable scenes, Jeff. Good stuff.
He used to watch his mouth on live TV, but
oh, listen, it was incredible. Yes, I mean, look, PSG Bayern, as you mentioned, Milan against Tottenham Hotspur. Come on, Milan, we are rooting for you.
Milan.
Big up yourself. But Club Rouge and Benfica. If you want to talk about rigged, there's one right there for you. How that's happening?
I think Club Rouge are going to be in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, guys.
I'll turn it in. Benfica are on fire this year. Are you crazy?
Club Rouge topped their group. They beat Atletico. They beat Porto. They slapped everyone.
No, I think they finished second. Because the other Porto won 4-0, so they lost on goal difference.
Yeah, Benfica topped their group. Benfica definitely topped their group. Hence why they're away.
Yeah, so Club Brugge on the last game. So Club Brugge qualified. They qualified, but basically because they lost, I think 4-0. Porto.
Oh, they
Porto won 4-0.
Oh, yeah. Bruges last game they drew with Leverkusen.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a cute little group, to be fair.
Yeah,
Man,
I watched it.
Leipzig.
I was on True Watch. So I watched it all.
How's he doing?
But do you know what? When I just looked at the draw, it's so confused. There's no Juventus, there's no Atletico, there's no Barcelona. I'm like, what's happening here?
Yeah. It's a madness. So yeah, that's what's going on. Eintracht Frankfurt against Napoli, Leipzig, Man City, Inter, Porto, Liverpool, Madrid, Dortmund, Chelsea, and Club Brugge, Benfica. Should be an interesting round, interesting tie, and of course the Europa League draw as well, which took place. Manchester United will be meeting Barcelona. Any other tasty
I can't believe we have no Martinez versus Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah, true. I mean,
in the first leg,
when Rafinha puts one in the air for Lewandowski, you're going to be happy you got Maguire there. Maguire's heading out.
Wait, sorry, I just did this. Did Atletico not make the Europa League?
No, they missed the last minute penalty.
They finished bottom.
Yeah. Who finished third in their group? Who finished third?
Oh, Bayer Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Yeah. Cho's knocking someone out the Europa League, man. Let's go.
They did beat Union.
Cho at Emirates, yeah. Cho at Emirates.
Hey, but yeah, Europa is where it's at, though.
You're getting me 5-2. I'm coming with my Hudson Odoi shirt. You think I care?
Yeah, I mean, Bayer Leverkusen beat Union Berlin on the weekend.
Ever since they got rid of the dibby teams in Europa for the conference, it's been a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot stronger competition still.
Right. Can we
Big up Florent Ballon. Let's go to the awards. Goal of the week, people. There was so many. I
mean, yeah, there was, but
I'll be real, man. I didn't see a lot of goals this week, so I don't even have a contender.
I have a butcher's
that boy from Leicester is my goal.
Oh, I did see that one.
It was lovely football, wasn't it? It was lovely football.
That boy from Leicester.
Tielemans was up there. Miguel Almiron yet again with the bangers.
How much stock is put on that video of Yuri Tielemans getting dusted by West Ham? You know, like, look at him. Like, I feel like it's done some damage to his reputation, you know.
Yeah, everyone's saying Yuri.
It's got to be Tielemans because the goal was phenomenal, and the game
he
was
done the same thing like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he did. He's
scoring bangers. That's for fun.
All right then, Yuri Tielemans.
Lola says, did you know the 4 teams are getting relegated in League?
Yep.
They're reducing.
They're reducing the league. They're getting it down.
They are. I remember that. I didn't know it was happening this year, but I knew that they were talking about reducing.
How many teams are in that league?
20 right now.
So why did they reduce?
Should it not be 5 teams then?
No, they want 18, don't they?
They want 18, so 4 got to go.
So that means 1 team don't get promoted.
So it's 4 get relegated, 2 get promoted from League 2.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Goal of the week goes to Yuri Tielemans. Player of the week.
Player of the week is, I think for me, after an outstanding performance, it's got to be 21 Savage. I think,
Who's that?
He was sensational.
Who's 21 Savage?
No, genuinely mean 21 Savage.
Oh,
yeah, the song.
Fair enough.
Great album.
Oscar.
I would say Mohamed Salah. He got 2 on the bounce.
By the way, his goal, by the way, was outrageous. It was the finish. I know Dyer helped him with everything he could, but the finish. Oh,
I know another 21-year-old Savage by the name of Willow Saliba. He ate up. You see how 21 ate the beat? Willow ate up everything else.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying, bro,
Fabiak's funny, you know.
He's so funny.
That's not fair to him.
Oh, poor guy.
It's not fair, but it's funny.
I'm sorry, that's a cat. That's just not true.
He was up at 7:45 doing shooting practice. How many shots did he have on goal?
He had one. I mean, if you want to give Saliba, I think that's fair to put in a performance like that in a big game, and to carry your other centre half as well. That's incredible.
Peter, did you catch that? That stray.
Whoa! I missed that.
Just carry on.
He said carry. He said Saliba carried Gabriel.
Yeah, of course he did.
By the way, you know I was watching the game. Yeah, there was one point in the game where Aspie spun Gabriel. Like he literally knocked the ball past him and ran around and got a crossing. I said, "What is going on?" Aspie.
Oscar, find a new gig, bro. We won 1-0 at the Bridge.
Well done. Congratulations, Saliba.
3 wins in a row.
Get him tested. Yes, Endo. Get him tested.
Pause. Hey, on that topic, did you see that tweet? I saw a nasty tweet about Saliba.
Oh yeah, so did I.
Basically, they said.
I saw the tweet. I saw the tweet. I didn't see the tweet.
It was onto something that.
It was
Listen,
outrageous.
I get it now. I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
No, that's outrageous.
Hey,
I wonder where he is now.
Claire Fontaine is a place I don't want to visit. I don't get how much talent there is. I don't want to go.
Okay, other suggestions for player of the week. Madison.
Mo Salah. I'm gonna go Mo Salah. Anybody else?
Mo Salah.
All right, cool. Team of the week. The Arsenal FC. It goes without saying.
I think
Arsenal. You can go Leeds.
I just think the pressure, though. City
You
got
can
a
go
controversial win.
Villa.
City got a controversial win on Saturday, and we had to bounce back because we lost top spot, and we bounced back at the Bridge. I'm sorry, magnificent stuff. But yes, good shout for Villa.
Hey, Arteta's got a good record there, though. Won his last 3 in a row, I think. He's played there 4 times, unbeaten.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember when Arsenal couldn't, for love nor money, couldn't buy a win away from home in the Big Six?
Mate, oh God. When we used to get 5, 4, 6, we used to get spunked.
I would love to say Leeds, but Leeds goes against my rule where I don't think teams should be celebrated for comebacks when you went behind.
You can break a rule, Oscar.
Yeah, there's no exception.
No. But it doesn't make sense. You went 3-1 down. That's your bad.
No, but it shows something about it, though, because it shows heart, fortitude, determination. Because you can't play well.
Arsenal didn't concede. Their team of the week. You conceded 3 at home, and I'm supposed to get excited.
Okay, Oscar, hypothetically, let's say Bournemouth go 2-0 down away at the Etihad, but win 3-2. Does that constitute as team of the week for you?
It does still.
You know what? It does still. He's made a good point. They're never supposed to be winning at the Etihad. So yeah, I like that. But this is Leeds at home to Bournemouth. This is a game they should be winning.
You know what? You're a man of principle. I respect it. Your principle, it holds water. It does.
Listen, the team of the week is Arsenal, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Come on, let's move it on. David, who's not that guy?
Bro, you tell me, cuz.
Can I drop
This is your award.
No, this season it's I don't know what's happening this season, bro. I'm off form.
I was Antonio Brown doing this week.
Oh, dying.
Oh my gosh. I've been watching them. Do you know see that thread of Adrian Broner clips? That guy is so funny. Oh my god.
And they said he's the worst AB.
Yeah. No, there's so many of them. There's so many.
Worst AB. Look, I'm just trying to think whoever the ref was in the Man City game to give that penalty to Man City was just a frigging joke. Go on,
has David got someone?
A comment.
Nah.
Okay.
Peter and David, you two need to be seething. You need to be spitting blood.
Exactly.
You need to.
This is what I'm thinking.
Because Peter, as I told you on the first day of this year, you see what I witnessed away at the Emirates Stadium, and then you see what I witnessed away at Goodison Park. Peter, you need to call it out because Arsenal fighting tooth and nail just to compete with Man City, just to compete. And you've got bogus bent highwaymen awarding penalties that shouldn't be penalties in the 95th minute. What God's green earth is going on here?
No, it's true. I
need you to be on it. No. You need to bury this referee. No, it's a farce. You were top of the league, and you weren't top of the league for a day because of that decision. And if City go and win the league by 1 or 2 points,
it will come back to kill me. The match official for that game was Mr. Darren England, ladies and gentlemen, who clearly bottled it as soon as De Bruyne went down. And the level of refereeing in this country is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. And if they're going into the World Cup, guys, watch them with close attention when they get like Belgium versus Denmark and you've got friggin' Anthony Taylor calling the shots there. It's going to be a friggin' ricket. So for that, people, Darren, England, you are not that guy this week. Yeah, you need to sort it out. All of you.
Sort it out, bruv.
Can I run a
Was
couple
Mike
more?
Dean in VAR? What's going
I
on?
I want to run someone. You go first because someone does need to go in there this week.
Oh yes,
Robin, what area are you going?
Chelsea player.
who was the
Chelsea
ref in the
player?
who was the ref in the Man
No,
United game? That's what I want.
I can't lie. I can't lie. He ran the "It's Nothing Personal." He ran it. He made a whole advertisement for it.
That's
And
like,
what did he show? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That was horrid stuff.
that's
That was
like,
horrid
guys.
stuff.
Guys, that's like.
No,
What's
That's
that?
like-
He had 8 touches.
Yeah,
Is he
but-
early
but
now?
no, that was horrid.
That's what
No,
he
he
thought.
has to go in there. I just thought this week. I was like, no, that
No,
you
because
just made
you
yourself
saying-
a fool.
You're saying he
Made
ran
himself a
the
fool.
like he recorded it himself. He started there.
He said
This is
yes.
job.
Robin,
They used to tell
Robin.
him what to say, and he said,
Robin,
"Arsenal, it's nothing personal." Huh?
Robin,
What
do
else
you know
are you
what?
gonna say?
Do you know when I knew it was over? Can I tell you when I knew it was over for Oba? Right? He cut
He
his
has to go
hair
there.
because this is not the. Who is this guy?
That's the best thing he's ever done. He
Well,
actually
it looks good though.
looks like a functioning member of society. When he was playing for your club, he looked like a failed rapper.
Scoring 20 goals a year. Yeah? Scoring 20 goals with all the streaks in his hair.
Yeah. Okay. But look, hear what Lola said. Even Lola is like, in
No,
fairness,
I felt
behind the
sorry
scenes,
for him.
they told him what to say.
Yeah. I felt sorry for him in that
And
moment.
it's not even like people.
I can't even be mad.
When the video came out, people were acting like he disrespected Arsenal. I mean, he said it's
Yeah.
nothing personal. What
It's
else
nothing.
do you want him to say?
And the thing is, he's got an Arsenal tattoo on his hand.
He
So
loves
it's all right.
Arsenal.
He loves
loves
us.
Arsenal. Like, it's nothing personal.
Oscar, I was very sad when I heard the Arsenal fans calling Oba a see you next Tuesday. I was gutted to hear that chant.
Did they?
Gutted.
Yeah, why were you thinking they were going to chant for him? I was like,
No, I just didn't want no chant. You don't have to do nothing. If you boo him because he touches the ball, whatever, fine. But even Thomas Partey was getting boos, which is I thought was interesting. From
But yeah, when he came over to our side, I was like, "You're a dirty little." Oh, he was giving it to Thomas Partey. He was giving it to him.
Peter,
You can take a throw in round here.
I have to say, I'm horrified and disgusted by I've just come out of your mouth. The Arsenal fans didn't want to Aubameyang. No. That man was your talisman for a number of years.
Yeah.
He was your captain, and then he was ostracized by the manager and booted out the club for you to turn around and call him and see you next Tuesday.
Yeah,
But this
I know,
is
bizarre.
Arsenal.
No, this is why
You guys have form for this.
It's because he fouled Ben White. It was a nasty tackle on Ben White, and that's what kind of instigated that situation. But they just wanted something just to.
You see
do
Ben
it.
White, yeah?
That was a bad
Hey,
challenge.
Ben White is going to cost. I'm telling you now. Have this on replay. He's going to cost you a nasty penalty, a big crucial penalty at some point in the
Wow.
season. Mark my words.
How he didn't get a booking yesterday was an absolute disgrace.
Ben White is such
Benny
a
White,
disgrace.
such
Benny
a
White,
house.
White. Benny
Yeah,
White,
it's Benny White now. But then when he gives away the penalty, I'll start seeing tweets about every 67 tackles Arsenal get a penalty. What?
Benny Blanco.
It's going to cost you.
Benny Blanco. That's
All of these little digs in the back. It's going to cost you.
Benny Blanco.
See, Lola, I was talking about referees and yellow cards. Lola wasn't saying that Ben White is a dirty whatever that is.
You know what?
You know
Yeah. I mean, look, he plays the
guys,
game. He plays the game.
He said white privilege.
You don't even like football, for goodness sake.
He don't even like the game. I hate the fact
Listen,
that I
this-
like Ben
this guy
White.
played-
Ben White
he
doesn't
did-
like-
He did a season at Leeds. Listen, that's good enough for me, mate. If you survived a year in Yorkshire, you're good to go.
And he wears
Hey,
dangly
hey.
earrings.
Did you see some of the clips? I saw him taking the ball from his own penalty box, and next thing I know, he's playing the other penalty box from centre half. I said, you know what?
Okay, I've got some quick fire, not that guys that I'm just gonna let off.
Quickly.
Right now. Number one, yeah, the maybe former owner of Liverpool Football Club, LeBron James. You're not that guy. You are not that guy. This guy's a clown. Firstly, yeah, he's a consistent liar. He's a habitual liar. Yeah, he
No,
continually.
you know when
lies.
Jesus said you're like your father, the devil. He's been lying from the beginning. LeBron James lying.
No. So obviously, yeah. Rest in peace to Takeoff. Rapper from the Migos passed away this week, and he's getting interviewed, he comes up. They ask him about his, have you been listening to the Migos? And he said, yeah, when I first joined the Heat in 2010, I was playing the Migos. The other guys in the locker room, they didn't know what it was. I was like, yo, these guys are gonna be.
Turn it in.
Speak this. He said his first year in the Heat, 2010. Migos' first mixtape came out in 2011. How did you know? How did you know, LeBron?
Yeah, he might have got a drop, you know. He might have got that pre-release.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Also, now to be fair to him, yeah, sometimes years merge into like one into the other. So like, man could have been saying like, yeah,
he gave the date so clear. He said my first year at the Heat in 2010. He didn't have to say that.
He didn't have to. Right.
I'll tell you what.
It's like you remember. You're right. Still.
Hold tight, Ernest, because he made me watch the Redeem Team. Let me tell you something right now about that documentary. LeBron is a liar. Freaking liar.
Wait, have you seen the one where he's talking about Kobe's game? And he's like, I was sat there with my boys and I was like, Kobe's going to score 80 today.
What's he talking about?
He said he told them pre-game that Kobe was going to score 80, and then he scored 80.
Hey, LeBron can lie.
He's a cap. He's a
cappuccino. Do you think when Team USA in the Olympics lost to Greece and Argentina, you think I believe that he cared about that? He didn't give a damn about no friggin' Olympic gold.
Do you remember when they asked him about, did you see England's game in the Euros? And he said, no, I didn't actually watch that game, but I saw that Henderson scored, and it's so great that he would do that. I was like, what? You didn't watch it, LeBron? Just allow it.
Oh, I can't do it.
Yeah, man. Big up him.
Do it.
Big up Sam Lewis. He says, was watching about an hour behind. Hearing Peter sound like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Some of you make that. I said Lord Farquaad, big up Sam. That's hilarious.
Sam. But yes, let's wrap this up.
I had one more.
Come on.
Sorry, man. Sorry, this is a football content show. There's another content creator by the name of True Geordie.
He's had a howl. He's had a howl.
He's had a heavy week, you know.
He's had a heavy week. He's had a heavy month.
Yeah. What's he done?
But no, I think it's not even funny. It's not even funny. He just came out.
No, it's serious, Pete.
He's out of here.
The worst thing is, I don't even think he's out of here. But yeah, he came out and said,
yeah, no one really gets cancelled.
Yeah, he said some very, very Islamic.
Only Kanye. And why?
No, but the thing is, Oscar, the reason I think that it could happen, is because what he said was peak.
I'm curious. What did he say?
Craig David, fill me in, man.
Basically, I can't. I don't know the exact quote. But basically, Andrew Tate came. What is the story? It's such a weird story. Andrew Tate converted to Islam, okay. And he then was commenting on that, and he said this guy's not a real. He's not real. Like he's basically saying the conversion is fake. Like you're just doing it for views and clout and blah blah blah. And he said, I think he said something along the lines of, why don't you show us your true, like you true
and
really
blow yourself up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stinker.
The kickoff was fun while it lasted.
And you see Baraka's quote, yeah. You see Lawrence. I have a problem with that guy because I find him to be quite condescending to a lot of like other people's opinions about Liverpool. And in this clip, he was trying to save his brethren. That's why even Andrew Tate called him his girlfriend. He's got a girlfriend that always sits next to him. And I'm like, yeah, Lawrence can't, like, I don't think he should have even commented.
And apparently, this sounds mad chatty patty. Apparently his...
No, it's on the internet.
Apparently his missus is a Muslim as well.
Don't lie.
Whose missus?
Lawrence. Lawrence.
Oh, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing, Adam McCullough works with them as well, so stuff like that. So it's just like,
what is he?
Yes. Apologies.
I need the same energy, please.
From who?
From whoever, bruv. Yeah,
He just said I need energy. My answer was Lucas today. All right, cool.
I don't care, bro.
Lola is incensed. I'm not even gonna put up some of the comments that she's putting up because there's expletives. But see, yeah, him and that Makola guy, coconut.
Same energy, please.
Coconut.
Yeah, I mean, and on a day where I don't know if you lot have seen DT's back on the roads. He's put out a video today. I was like, man, this is head of high water.
He had a fight at Leeds.
Apparently,
like I saw the video.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like this year's footage though. I don't know if that's like an old thing or what. Yo, Robinho again.
Yo,
I don't need that because what is going on?
The echoes there, boy.
Your microphone.
Robin was moving like Neo from the Matrix when he was dodging.
What? Was I moving mad?
You're back,
bro.
You're back. All right.
Okay.
Guys, come on.
Islamophobia has become so normal. This won't be mad. But to be fair, I'm quite impressed by the level of outrage. I've seen so many people are talking about this. I think something will happen.
No, he will shock me if his channel gets taken down. You know.
I don't know about that.
No, bro. It's blow yourself up.
Yeah, let's see.
That's a howler.
That's madness.
That's a howler.
Listen, of all the things you lot can rinse me for, you know what I'm saying? I'm never going down.
Your time is coming.
I'll give it to you.
We'll have to start. We don't want to start a new YouTube channel.
Listen, bro, I've searched all my tweets, blood. I think I'm safe. The fixtures for next week, guys.
The final ones.
The final ones before the Premier League takes a break. Man City at home to Brentford, 12:30 kickoff. Snooze fest. Get triple captain.
I might have to triple captain. I'm not used it yet.
Save it. Post World Cup.
Bournemouth at home to Everton. Tasty. Could be tasty, that one.
Peter.
Yes.
Lampard's been losing some games, you know. Oscar, you too. Lampard's been losing some games, you know. Okay.
Like call that Oscar like he's
he called him out like he was the assistant coach.
Like he's a toffee.
Lampard's his guy.
He said Oscar.
He spent how much on Dele Alli? When was the last time Morpie scored? Only God knows when.
Morpie scored for Everton. What are you talking about?
Does he?
Yeah, he scored. Not his debut. I think the game after his debut. He scored.
And how many goals since then?
No, he's one. He's also one.
Who?
Okay, cool.
Neil Morpie.
Why they didn't snap Chelsea's arms off for £60 million for Anthony Gordon? Only God knows. Listen, we'll see.
I see a lot. I see so much Tuchel revisionism on the timeline, but this guy was a criminal too, man. And then he 60.
Oh my days. What's it called? Liverpool at home to Southampton. I think this will be a drubbing. Liverpool will end this kind of a weird start to the season. They'll end it well with 3 wins on the bounce. Nottingham Forest at home to Palace. Just because. Spurs against Leeds should be fun. That should be an interesting game. West Ham at home to Leicester City. 5:30 kickoff on Sky Sports. It's Newcastle United at home to Chelsea.
We're going to lose again. We're going to lose again.
Yeah, Newcastle win that.
Newcastle away is another one of those fixtures, you know.
Yeah, man. Newcastle away is going to be hell on. Is going to be hell on earth.
If we could get a draw, I'll be happy. I'll take it.
I pick up Eddie Howe, man. Every time.
Pick up Eddie Howe. And 7:45 on a Saturday, Sky Sports, Wolverhampton Wanderers against the Arsenal FC. Weird timing. 7:45. Don't worry, Arsenal will deal with that. Nice.
The omens. I don't know.
Allow me, bro. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 Arsenal. Come on. On the Sunday, Brighton at home to Aston Villa, and 4:30 kickoff on Sky Sports to wrap it all up before we end into the World Cup season. Fulham at home to Manchester United. Oh,
that's a tough game.
Who's at the Cottage? Are you going to be at the Cottage there, Robin?
I have to check. See if I can get.
I can't lie. That Sunday's a snooze fest.
You need to wear 4 coats if you're there.
Fulham's been all right. Fulham's all right this season.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's going to be. Hey, they got the new stand. They got the new stand at Craven Cottage.
Yeah, entertaining game. Yeah. And then our next Premier League games are Boxing Day, which is crazy to think.
Yeah, time for World Cup next week, boys.
World Cup, boys.
It's time.
The break ain't that long, to be fair.
It's time to start picking some teams.
And I think
Time to
midweek
fix some
everyone's got
Yeah,
like Carabao
Carabao
Cup,
Cup.
right? We got
Cup
Brighton,
action.
which is tough.
We got
Oh,
Villa
Brighton.
again. We got Villa again.
He had them in the FA Cup, didn't he?
Yeah. Now we got them in Carabao Cup.
Something criminal happened that day. I forgot, but something happened that day.
Nothing like the Liverpool Villa of criminality of 16-year-olds coming off school buses.
That was outrageous, Peter.
They played Salah and Liverpool.
Salah was celebrating. He had to get those goals to his stats at the end of the season.
Oh, Chelsea City.
City on Wednesday, yeah.
Chelsea have City.
Can't catch a break.
Yes, guys, that wraps up this
That
week's.
sounds like a good question, and to be honest, I don't know the answer to the question.
Listen, I think we'll just continue every Monday until we discuss otherwise.
And obviously next week it is Jogo Bonito FC. That is me.
Do a little sweepstake.
Oh yeah, the sweepstake will be live next week. By the way, I will do it live.
What's the sweepstake?
The sweepstake. So what we did for the Euros? What we did for the Euros?
What we did for the Euros? Yeah. All right, cool. We'll discuss all of that anyway next week.
We'll do that next week.
Panama or something.
Guys, thank you very much for watching this week's episode. Make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep growing as time moves on. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Make sure you can follow us at Top 4 Podcast on Twitter, on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. We're on Instagram as well. It's going to be a vibe, Assad. Let me tell you, it's going to be an absolute bloody vibe. Until then, people, we will see you next week for the final weekend of Premier League action.